All right. Hello, everyone. This is Vermillion, and with my co-commentator right here.
What's up, guys? I'm Alien.
Yeah, we're both Final Fantasy X runners, and if you guys never seen a Final Fantasy X run, you guys are in for a treat. This is a category called Cutscene Remover True RNG. So we'll get into it. We're gonna go new game. Standard sphere grid. Yes. And this is one of the most important options in any speedrun ever, okay? Arrange versus original OST.
We're always going to range.
Yeah, we're going to range. Nah, I'm just kidding. If I picked a range, no joke, 95% of this FF10 community would come after me and make sure I would never run this game again. So
I'm sure already they're loving that I said arranged.
Yeah.
They thought they were serious.
Yeah, so we have all this stuff. The run will start when I say go. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Starting off with a time-honored tradition, we need to name our Final Fantasy character his canonical name here, which happens to be Tidou.
Yeah, we're going to change his name to Tidou just for fun here.
It's the best of both worlds, really, because this character's name goes through a lot of back and forth between the correct pronunciation and the better pronunciation. So we just meet in a happy medium.
So what's the better one then here?
Titus.
Of course. You know, people argue, but yeah.
But it's undoubtedly Tidou anyway.
Yeah,
so there's no argument.
All right, so if you guys are noticing right now, we're basically just not seeing any cutscenes at all. Obviously, cutscene removed all cutscenes. But True RNG is the name of this category that we're doing. Can you explain what that means?
Yeah, absolutely. So normally when you're playing this game, you can actually predict every outcome. We do a manipulation before the run, except on PS2, but we're not talking about that. We can determine if we're on a specific seed, and then we can play out that seed the same way every time. There is a little bit of randomness still lodged in there, but essentially, with the help of the community and Gray Fox Ultimate database of Final Fantasy, put together for us a tracker, so we're able to actually customize an entire run and put it together and sort of play it out kind of like a script, you know. But now we're flipping the script. We're playing on True RNG, which means we cannot predict anything that's happening.
Yeah, so basically we have a route for this game, obviously, but sometimes we're just going to die, or sometimes we're not going to die, or sometimes we're going to get stuff we want, some stuff we don't want. So we're just going to go into it and just see what happens. So
it would be essentially everything. Damage rolls, steals, drops, it could all be predicted or manipulated in some way, but now we have strats based on what kind of drops we're getting and what kind of steals we're getting and all that. So if he gets unlucky, he'll have to adjust. If he gets lucky, then we're good.
And most of the time we're going to get unlucky, by the way. So
yeah, that is true, actually. In this category, never lucky.
For sure.
So we're coming up to our first boss here, Sin Spawn Ames. We call him Ames.
We call him Ames, yeah.
Essentially, it's the overdrive tutorial. We're going to be doing some quick time events here and landing some fat damage. Always hoping for a crit on the boss. Didn't get one here, but yeah, any crit saves time. Except for if Tidou gets one crit, that's not very good.
It doesn't really do anything.
We either want an RN crit or 2 Tidou crits, or crit overdrive right here. So, yeah, interesting thing right there is that the longer it takes for you to do the overdrive input, the less damage you incur on the enemy. So
right now our damage rolls don't look that good.
They're not that great.
So we're gonna need a crit here from anybody.
Yeah, we're probably on track for an extra cycle the way this is going.
It's the normal FF10 stuff, but it's also like a skill thing because you gotta make sure your overdrives are on point. But yeah, this category it is very terrifying in a lot of sections where we're just praying that we just don't die. And if you do die, sometimes it's not your fault. Most of the time, it's not your fault.
And when we say die, we don't necessarily always mean game over, because we always have strats if our guys are taking a little too much damage, or if they're under damaging. Okay, you hit it. Okay, great. Yeah, I wasn't keeping track of the damage rolls. We could have actually predicted whether or not we were going to take him out there, but so the vast majority of the run, when you're playing with cutscenes included, are cutscenes. So this run is going to be around 3 hours, a little bit over 3 hours, we're reckoning, and it would be more along the lines of like 8 to 9.
Yes.
9 probably if we were including cutscenes. So that's a really huge drop off. And another just quirk about how this works is we have a category for cutscene remover any %, right?
Yeah.
And then any %, but not true RNG any
Yeah.
%. It's just like you might as well run with tracking if you're
Exactly,
gonna do the
yeah.
9-hour run. So.
It's a extremely comfy run though.
Oh,
with the
yeah, for
cutscenes.
sure.
But sometimes people don't have 9 hours to like play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, cutscene remover is truly a blessing.
yeah,
And
like, just like this, right? Like to get to this section of the game, probably takes about like 15 minutes. You gotta watch a lot of cutscenes, especially on PS2. You can skip cutscenes on the PC version, but at the end of the day, you really can't like save that much time because you gotta wait for everyone to talk and stuff like that. But I mean, the story's pretty hard to follow if you've never seen this game before. Like all of a sudden we're swimming. You want to give a TLDR what's happening in the story right now?
Well, our dude's getting sucked into a vortex right now. He's kind of like he's just had an encounter with Sin. Sin is like the big overarching antagonist of this game. It's like always around and it's always causing us trouble. And now it kind of sucked in Tidou to this weird like temple area. He doesn't really know what's going on, and he was like swimming to his father, and it's all messed up.
Yeah,
so he's just trying to figure out where he is and what he's doing.
The CSR actually is really good at giving you the feeling what Tidus is feeling. I mean, what Tidou's feeling, because the stuff's happening and you're just like, oh, I guess
you're just along for the ride.
Yeah. So like all of a sudden, like we're here. This cutscene was just recently removed actually in the newest cutscene remover update. Tidus is falling. We save a little bit of time here, and all of a sudden there's fish. So right here, there's 2 fish, but there's actually 3 fish, by the way. So there we go. Or Sahagins. I guess I want to call them fish, but Sahagins is a funny name to say. And all of a sudden, there's just a big giant guy here underwater. And
Ooh, ambush. That's actually good. That's one of the few good ambushes in the entire run.
Yeah, so this game, every single encounter you have in this game, besides boss fights, has a 1 in 8 chance of getting an ambush or a 1 in 8 chance of getting a preemptive. And most of the time, preemptives are very, very good, and ambushes are bad. Because ambushes, the enemies go first, you lose time, you could die, all the above.
Yeah, absolutely. That will come into play. I'm almost certain it will come into play. So right there, Vermillion did a menu right quick to heal up Tidou without touching the save sphere. It's slightly faster, and also it puts our potion count lower, which we can use for an optimization later on. And he was disabling the lengthy Aeon animations after we've summoned them once, and also changing the cursor to memory instead of default. And what that'll do is it'll remember where his cursor was placed on every encounter. So that way, if he needs to scroll to steal or to use or to item, he doesn't have to like input it every single time, because it'll always put you to attack if you're on default. This way we can put it to wherever we need.
It is very, very gross, honestly. So right here for this fight, this boss fight, this part doesn't actually matter that much. We honestly just want as many crits as possible. And we didn't get a single crit, but dodge a little bit of damage.
And now we get introduced to our newest party member.
Question marks?
Very mysterious party member. We have to use right here, which will use one of our grenades and do a chunk of damage. We're still fishing for crits, and we're just trying not to die, and we need to go ahead and steal 2 grenades. So it's a 1 in 8 chance that you can steal 2 grenades at once. And we're going to heal up our lad here because he's taking too much damage. One more hit would have killed him. And now it's a 50-50 whether or not he can even land a steal. So it's a 50-50 to steal a grenade, period. And
this is a true experience right now.
It's a 50-50 on top of a 1 in 8 if he wants to get a double steal. Oh, lost 3 50-50s in a row. That's RNG fix, or true RNG as it was recently changed to. So we finally got our second grenade. We can go ahead and switch on to
that's the true
frontal assault.
That's a true FF10 true RNG experience where you just keep missing coin flips in the wrong way.
You're just bullying TV.
Okay, I should probably have not done that. No, we're good. Okay, thank God. Because if Tidus died there, Tidou died there, we would have to revive him. It's kind of slow, but thankfully we're out of there.
Yeah, no problem. The fish coming up. We're going to be taking another encounter here. Most likely, there is a slim chance that we can skip this one, but we're still looking for steals on the fish for grenades, and we need a grenade count of 6 for a boss coming up. And this is the beginning of the sphere count era.
Yeah,
so we're
yeah, so basically, Airlian not only is a commentator of mine, he's also working for this run. He's going to be essentially tracking all these spheres we're going to get from these enemies. Only 2 mainly, the power spheres and speed spheres. Another steal maybe? Of course not.
lost another 50-50. You love it. You love it.
You know, maybe I should go to lottery. All right, so this will be the first one. Could potentially drop a speed sphere or nothing. The only enemy in the game that can drop nothing, by the way. Love to see it.
Okay, so missing 4 50-50s and missing a drop. So yeah, we're already cooking, man.
This is a lot already.
So yeah, failed to mention earlier that actually when you touch one of these save spheres, it fully heals your entire party. So it's really convenient to be able to just do that and not have to spend time healing or worrying whatsoever. Yeah, there's no tent in this game, unlike other Final Fantasy games that came before it, so you can just touch the save sphere and are all good. We're going to get into another fixed encounter right here, and it's our last chance before the boss to farm grenades.
We're not right now. We're at 4. We need 6.
We need 2 more, so either finally your luck will turn around, you'll get a double steal, or what's more likely to happen, steal from each enemy.
Yep.
Yeah, once each. So it's a guaranteed steal. If it's the first time you've stolen from an enemy, then it gets progressively cut in half. So yeah, it's more consistent to switch to the other fish and lose that input instead of fishing for 50-50 right there. So yeah, we got a what do we call it? Gratuitous crit.
Yep.
Right there.
Overkills are very useful in this game for sure.
All right, there we go.
Nice. So overkills in this game, if you kill, it essentially just gives you double drops and a lot of experience. Usually double, around there.
Yeah, on bosses it'll give you 1.5, double experience for all enemies. So, yeah, getting the overkill was nice. It didn't save a turn, but it ended up doubling that enemy's drop. So
which could have been nothing, or it could have been speed spheres.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, we got nothing from one guy's speed spheres to the other. So it was nice to get it from the overkill guy, and we're going up against another boss. This is Tross, and the way we're gonna be performing this fight is a little strange because we're hoping to underdamage at the start here. We're hoping for a roll that's under 350, and that's right. That's perfect. Right. Okay, great. Yep. So what that does is it provokes the boss to do that attack right there. Ooh, and a crit. Yeah, you're looking real solid. Normally, if you do 350 or more, it'll circle around the arena like it is doing now, and it would end up costing you an extra cycle eventually. So yeah, this is going to be a quick, clean fight. Verm's fully prepared. There's really nothing that can go wrong here.
Hey, don't say that. No, I'm just kidding. Luckily, this fight is so early on in the run that fights like these don't really matter that much if you make simple mistakes. All right. And there's also a very, very small chance that Riku can crit with a grenade. Very low, like 30% chance. If that happens, we save exactly 1 cycle of grenades, which could happen here.
Last chance for a time save?
Nah.
Okay. Get another for the overkill double drop?
Overkill, let's see it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, grenade crits are kind of a meme in the FF10 community because they like never happen.
Yeah,
if that does happen, it realistically doesn't save that much time, honestly. It's just funny to see. All right, so, I mean, all this stuff's happening. Like, it's hard to explain. He's swimming with a sword. Another thing about the CSR as well, by the way, the music sometimes gets a little, like, funky. Like, sometimes there'll be no music, the wrong songs playing, all that kind of stuff.
It completely changes the vibe of some areas, which can lead to, I mean, memorable moments and stuff that like you can't experience in the 80% run.
And all of a sudden, watch this. So we're gonna see a random box here in the middle of the screen, and then guess what? Now we're here. All
right. So welcome to Besaid Island. We kind of dropped on here, which is very fitting. Once again, we're kind of really put in Tidu's shoes with how the Cutspear mover is acting right now. And we meet this gentleman. This is Waka. He's gonna go ahead and accompany us. He's going to be very helpful, and we're going to have some more encounters, and that's always fun.
Yep, this is the true start of the run where it comes to encounters, by the way.
Because, oh man, there's so much that can happen here. You can get one encounter, never happens. you're most likely going to get 2 or 3. And the worst possible thing to happen is getting a 4-fish ambush. So this is ideal right here.
This is the best possible situation.
We're going to go ahead and take out these guys. If it were any more than 2, Verm would opt to flee from the enemies, and that is also random, which is great.
So power sphere? Nice, 1 power sphere.
1 power sphere.
We only need 6 extra power spheres, which isn't that much, which is very helpful. But speed spheres are what we're going to need to farm the most later on. We'll see what happens there. Alright, so we're going to see our next encounter, because it's going to be guaranteed. Hopefully it's not 4-fish, and hopefully it's not an ambush. And I hoping like very hard. This is the best possible lagoon you could possibly get. Double 2 fish.
It's extremely unlikely he gets another encounter with how close he is to the end of the area.
Yeah. And hopefully we can power sphere. All right, and it looks like we're out.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely amazing. So,
yeah,
that place can go very poorly. Not only can you get 4-fish ambushed, but it's also random whether your allies actually escape from battle, and we're going to be running into that mechanic.
Yeah, it's about a 75% chance to escape from a battle, which seems like, oh, that's really high, but when you think about it, everyone has to escape. That's 3 and 4s. Eventually, you're going to have to watch your teammate not escape, and that's kind of the worst thing, because it's a really slow animation. Enemy gets a turn, probably. It's not nice.
So we're going up ahead to Besaid Temple here, going in and out, kind of getting introduced to the whole religious aspect of the setting here, and we're going to be taking a nap. Waka promises to feed Tidou several times during his visit here, and never
does.
He's
like, I got you. He's like, I got you. And then he's like, wait, I don't got you.
Just puts him off forever, indefinitely. So.
And now we have, in my opinion, the worst parts of the game. This is the first start, the introduction to the Cloister of Trials. I know this. When they made this game, they really just wanted you to have some really cool stuff, like doing really slow puzzles, like putting balls into, these sockets that they put here for some reason.
With some arbitrary rules, he can only carry 1 ball at a time. Like my man has 2 hands. I don't know what the deal is there, but he follows the rules.
Yeah, but apparently someone told me that it's because like they get it's like magnets. Like they kind of don't attract, but like they kind of like repulse off. So, but I don't know. Like there should be a reason why there's only 1 sphere in my hand. I don't know.
Yeah, the rules say so. So this one's really simple. All he's gonna do is take this sphere to the door and then open up another wall, get another sphere, put in a thing, push a pillar. So
it's just, I mean,
more or less. The following cloisters are going to iterate on that idea.
Yeah, like they're more quote unquote hype, but at the end of the day, it's
hype.
It's just.
I mean, listen to this song. Is this hype?
Yeah, we always meme about how hype this song is. But like we hear the song a lot. There's gonna be one section in the game you're gonna hear the song a lot. But yeah, so what's happening is, and right now we're doing this trial to get into the what's it called again? The
Chamber of the Faith.
Chamber of the Faith, yeah. So that's where the summoner. I'm on the wrong way. The summoner is, basically getting Aeon, and there's some people there.
Yeah, it's a big focal point in this game's objective is to obtain all the Aeons, so that you can follow your pilgrimage to go defeat Sin. Because that's how it's done. You got to get everybody because you're gonna need everybody to overcome all the trials coming up, and yeah, we're gonna be kind of spitting in the face of that concept eventually. But for the first Aeon, it's actually very useful for getting past the early game. It's going to be used in a couple battles, and we're going to be farming its overdrive naturally. And you saw how strong they were for Auron and Tidou, but on an Aeon, it's even more so. So right now, we're just going through some little sequences, like the stay away from the summoner, you're a bad man. I should
listen to it one time, actually. It's a very funny, very memorable line.
Where's that boat?
This is also a really nice line. I don't know why.
dream sequence suddenly. Yeah, don't mind him. That's how he sleeps.
Yeah, that's how he sleeps.
He's from another world.
Yeah, that's a really funny quirk with the cutscene remover. Sometimes you see Titus just looking over the bed where he should be. It's really funny. And now we have our tutorials. So these fights, we actually don't count the spears at all, unless we get overkills.
So right now, the tutorial is explaining the affinity of these characters. Tidou is really good at taking out faster, agile enemies, and a bird's gonna fly in, and Waka's got this because his accuracy is like off the charts. That's pretty much what he's good for, is hitting flying enemies. Doesn't hit particularly hard, which could come into play pretty soon. But
I was ready for him to miss when you said
he can miss, which is even better. Especially that enemy has a chance to inflict darkness, and he can inflict darkness on Waka and make him miss even more.
Yeah, so he can't hit, and Titus can't hit him. So
yeah, and if you try and hit him with Tidou, then he'll scold you for trying to hit him, and then try and hit him when he's blind.
One time I've lost like a whole minute there.
It's so horrible. And yeah, we're getting another a member of our party here, and we're going to be explaining the elementals. It works like opposites. It's not like a circle. It's fire and ice counter each other, lightning and water counter each other. This dude's water, take him out with one thunder. It's really laborious to take these out with anything else, so Lulu is very useful.
And it's funny because if you try in this tutorial, it'll just heal itself again.
That's true, yeah. It heals itself with its own element.
Now this is the part of the run where we can actually die, so we got to do some counting here. So I'll try to count, and you can explain what.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a threshold we're trying to hit here on this boss. We coincidentally hit in a really sweet spot. So okay, we're +4 right now. We're looking to hit 125 or more on every single one of these rolls, and every time we hit over 125, we get pushed further and further above the threshold. So now we're doing extremely well right here. Like a lot of times you get low rolls, and then if you get oh my god, that was amazing.
I know, yeah.
And he's missing too. That's like the backup. If you're getting low rolls, at least if this guy misses twice, then you can still salvage it without healing. So yeah, he's not gonna have to take a heal at all. He was doing very well. Got another level up, and his drop's random, but it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. So now, yeah, we're getting introduced to all sorts of party members. That dude's in our party right now. He had some beef with us because we kind of just invaded the Chamber of the Faith when we weren't supposed to.
It's funny because that fight, when you die, like it's actually game over.
You die.
Like,
he will kill you.
All right, we're getting introduced to the main part of this game, which is going to be the summons. And the summons in this game are extremely broken. We will see it. We'll be using that a lot in the run.
Yeah, this sequence is mandatory, but it's okay because we're going to be getting some valuable overdrive and experience from this enemy. This enemy is called Garuda.
Yeah.
He has a ton of health, so we're pretty much just going to be spamming Thunder throughout this, and he'll be filling Valifor's overdrive, and it'll be full or just about right after this, which is perfect timing for a boss coming up.
Yeah, it's a very long fight, but it's necessary for us to become strong. So we actually call this enemy Guile because it has a move called Sonic Boom.
He loves spamming Sonic Boom.
Yeah, that's the only move this enemy really has. Just like any Guile player who plays Street Fighter, you know, gotta use Sonic Boom. That's the move.
I'm just gonna fit in this donation real quick. We've got our boy Small Lamar just did our Pikmin run. $60 in honor of the 60 Pikmin that gave their lives to show off my favorite game.
Nice.
He stayed true to his word. He said $1 for every Pikmin, exactly 60. That's very nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, shout out to Small Lamar, and shout out to the Pikmin that made that run possible. They gave their lives for the run.
Urban Arts, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. All right, and just in the nick of time, taking out our next foe. So we're going to be rearranging the party here. There's another fixed encounter coming up, and it's going to be introducing us to Dark Attack. And Dark Attack is a skill, and a couple party members have access to these skills. There's a couple different like subclasses. There's like, you know, white magic, black magic, stuff you're used to, but there's also abilities, which would be under special, and then skills. And the Dark Attack is a skill, so what it's trying to tell us to do is have Waka inflict darkness on this enemy so that it misses the party members and we could take it out, or switch in Vil.
That is extremely slow. Also, that's the first miss we have of the run.
Oh, good. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Lulu probably going to trip on her belts as well. No, she got out clean.
Yes,
T2's the only one
So
slacking.
essentially we had to remove Waka from the party, or else the game would be like, here's how you use Dark Attack. This is a really cool fight, and it's like we kind of don't want to do this really cool fight. It's really slow, so
it's way better for Lulu to just incite us to switch in Waka and us completely disobey her. And this final encounter we're gonna run into is also a fixed encounter. It's a test, basically. Like, did you memorize the affinities? Are you gonna hit the right enemies? And it does a pretty good job at it. So we didn't get any overkills. This was completely ordinary, aside from the one failed. Actually, I'd say the one failed escape is pretty ordinary.
That is very normal, yeah. Because it's like 3 party members and it's a 75% chance. That's pretty accurate. All right, so we're finally getting out of Alpha-Sade, unfortunately, even though the song's a banger.
And before that encounter, Vermillion went ahead and initiated the first sphere grid of the run. So he got an extra point in attack and the ability Cheer. And Cheer is quite an important ability. It's, you know, a little bit innocuous looking at first when you think it's just like, oh, it adds 1 strength and defense for the party, just 1. Okay, that can't be that good. Oh, baby, it is quite amazing.
It stacks pretty fast.
It really does. And
it's very important for the run because like sometimes you're barely missing that threshold. You just need a little bit, and then you get it. Also, this is a really funny part of the cutscene mover. This cutscene start right here looks really funny. This shows you his face right here. You can see it.
My face when I see Sin.
Yeah.
All right. We're coming in Sin Spawn with the Sin Fin. We're not going to focus on the small fry. We're going to go ahead and get T2 some experience by having him perform an action, which in this case is defend. Even defending with your party members enough for them to get full experience for the boss battle.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and summon Veil 4 here and...
praying for a good damage roll. The damage roll here matters a decent amount. We just don't want to see anything that's a low 1,000. Alright, here we go. This fight can fail if things go horrendously wrong, but it won't. Yeah.
Oh,
perfect.
beautiful.
That's like the highest damage roll you could possibly get. Very good, yeah.
So yeah, this thing's going to go around the ship a couple of times, and we're just going to blast it with thunder until it's dead. There's one final little quirk that can happen. The fin, depending on our turn order, can take an extra turn, and it has to, you know, revolve around the ship one more time, and it just wastes time. If we get an early, if our starting ATB was good enough, then we can go ahead and take it out without that extra animation. So nothing harmful that can happen.
Something funny about this fight, though, is since the cutscene remover doesn't have the water effects for this fight, the fin. You can see it's literally just a fin. It's floating by itself. It's not connected to anything.
No water effects to obscure it.
It's hilarious.
Fin. Disembodied.
Yeah, right. All right, so let's see what turn order we get here. We want to see no boss. Ah, we got it. It's
okay.
fine.
No problem.
That's how it is. It's normal. Lose about 8 seconds here. But
yeah, we'd much rather see that than just under damaging.
Yeah, under damage is extremely low. Like, we're talking like, I'll be honest, probably like less than a 1% chance to underdamage this boss fight. This fight is very consistent.
It has to be consistently awful.
And if a Veil 4 did die, not the end of the world. We still have some backups, like in Kill Force, which is next. And then guess what? We're underwater now, because CSR stuff.
Here's another boss. Sin Spawn Achilles, we're going to start with a Cheer. And Waka is going to do a Dark Attack for consistency's sake. This boss has this move called Drain Touch.
Oh, a crit, nice.
Ooh, a crit on top of it. Okay, yeah, right. We are... Ooh, if Waka gets one more of those, we can actually save a cycle here. But yeah, we don't want it hitting us, because if it hits us, it heals us. Or it heals the enemy, rather. Hits us to heal itself, and that means it could be pushed out of damage range, and we could end up taking extra cycle. It wouldn't matter here necessarily, but only because he got that crit.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, if we get another crit, then
we could save a little bit of time.
Yeah.
It's actually a decent amount of time when you're going for like really good runs, but usually like it doesn't really matter that much overall. So this is our last chance to get a crit to save a cycle. See what we get here.
Yeah, either of these fellas, they can crit, and it would be nice.
Nope, and then one more chance. Alright, it's a standard fight.
Yeah.
Alright, so before I finish this fight, I'm going to tell you guys a meme about this fight in my community. So this boss has a lot of drops, okay? And there's one drop we really want, which is an ice brand. It's an ice sword for Titus, right? It saves a lot of time in Kilika Forest. It can either drop that, or it can drop a water sword called Liquid Steel. And whenever I do a run, I always get Liquid Steel, and it's completely useless. It does nothing. So if I get Liquid Steel right now, it would just be like an of course situation. Where,
Yeah, definitely.
of course, we got Liquid Steel for like the 10th time.
I'm betting on 2 Kamari equipment.
Yeah, or it could drop like other people's equipment. Yeah, let's see what we got here.
That's my bet.
Here we go. Let's see it. And okay, we got nothing. Rod of Ice and Blue Bangle.
Not even
useless.
funny.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
Just
yeah.
sad. Okay, so now Sin has unfortunately ravaged this poor town. Everyone's gonna have to rebuild it, and Yuna is off doing sending for all of the spirits of the fallen. Basically, that's how you.
Gotta talk to this kid.
Oh, baby.
Really fast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a blitzball when I grow up. You know,
Dream big, kid.
Yeah, dreaming big. You know, his head's in the game. That's what I like to see.
But basically, yeah, that's all. Another part of the lore is that if your spirit wanders on this plane for too long after you die, then you turn into a fiend, and that's never good. That's kind of all we've been killing all game are fiends, and yeah, basically, Yuna exorcised them and made sure they passed on safely, and we're now going into our final tutorial. This is going to be talking about Lancet, which when used by Kimahri specifically, it's basically having him act as our blue mage. So he's going to absorb the ability from this enemy and get a full overdrive gauge. That is actually insane. So we're going to swap in Waka for some XP. We don't actually want to spend the overdrive like the game expects us to. We're going to actually save it for a little while. And yeah, it's super convenient that it gives us a full overdrive. It's actually super sick.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna abuse that a lot because Kimahri has really, really good overdrive from stealing it from enemies.
And now we're gonna go get this ice or scout rather. It would be ice ball if we got that from the Sinfin drop earlier on, but yeah, we didn't get anything useful there. So now we're gonna add some speed and probably. Like,
he's definitely the most important skill
yeah.
in the game. We got Flee.
Oh man, this category would be so insane if every time you wanted to escape, it was 3 1 and 8s. Okay, great. Yeah. Speaking of 1 and 8, we got an ambush, and this enemy can silence and
or petrify.
Yeah, or petrify, which is pretty terrifying.
Oh, no, okay.
Ooh, that's a really nice overkill.
That's
so,
very good.
love that line. And
we love
basically,
that line.
I'm gonna add that real quick. We're gonna have speed spheres drop from the lizard dudes and the bees, and every time you get an overkill, like we said, it doubles the drop. So that would happen every time Tidus kills an enemy if he got Ice Brand, but we have to rely on crits if we want 2 ambushes. Yeah, boy. Missing all the 50-50s, getting ambushed constantly. I love this.
This is the true FF10 experience right now, guys. And we got under damage from Waka as well. That's great.
You didn't get the overkill.
No, we did not get the overkill Waka. So Waka has a really low chance of under damaging the bee and not overkilling it. That just happened. So that fight, on top of being bad, we also just missed the overkill. This is great.
All right, and once again optimizing the party for this next boss. We're kind of being put in a gauntlet here. We're hoping Tidus goes first. Okay, this is the weird turn order, but weird thing also is that Waka gets XP.
Yeah, that's pretty good,
I mean,
actually.
if we get an insane Kilika Woods, that might actually matter, but it's uncertain at this time. So for the purposes of now in this moment, it was slower to have Yuna go first because otherwise we would just have Tidus go first with the XP and then immediately summon Veilfor.
That is a very, very low chance of happening.
That is true as well. Because
anytime that happens, it's really sad to see.
yeah, Yuna and Tidus are very fast, so it's very likely that they're going to go first in the battle. Yuna has to get like a really low roll in order for Waka to overtake her. So yeah, it's very unlikely. We won't get into the real nitty gritty of that
Basically,
because it's pretty
we got
complicated.
extremely unlucky.
Yeah.
Just like those 2 ambushes we got in Kilika Woods.
I mean, at least there were enemies that you would take, but staccato.
True, but yeah, that sucks. And now we just spam fires, and we're gonna just farm another overdrive. The one good thing about summons in this game is if they dodge an enemy, if they hit an enemy, or if they get hit, they all build overdrive. So as long as we're hitting them, we get the overdrive.
It's really cool to be making progress on top of, you know, setting up for the final blow, which you always, if you can, end every fight with an overkill. And yeah, starting with the overdrive and ending with the overdrive conveniently places the damage just perfectly so that we can energy right here and finish him off.
Let's get the next overkill. Let's see the drop here.
Oh yeah, this could be very influential. Okay,
That's
Twilight Steel's pretty good, yeah.
Oh, did you see Titus flying there?
What? Yeah.
That was... I've never seen that before. Oh, so nice.
CSR things.
I've never seen that ever. This is great. All right, we have our next Cloister of Trials, which is Kilika Woods, or Kilika Trial. So a lot more of the song you guys probably heard earlier. I'm very excited to hear. Lordo. Alright, so this run, there's a lot of praying. That's all I'm gonna say. So the first thing we have to pray for, because right now our sphere count is not that good, but obviously we just went to the woods and everything. When we come out is where we're gonna have to start our whole entire game plan for the rest of the run, because this part of the run is realistically the only part we are grinding.
Yeah.
We don't want to grind anymore because grinding in this game is kind of slow. If like even getting into a battle and fleeing takes about 12 seconds. So anytime you're in a battle is when it is a bad time.
Yeah, and this is going to be the only time for a while that we're actually on even terms with the wild encounters. Like, we can one-hit everything. That's not the same for a couple areas from now. We will not be one-hitting anything, so even if they had drops or experience that would be advantageous for us to pick up, it's just so slow and risky to pick up.
Yeah,
so,
like yeah. You guys see the health we're at right now? We have like 500 health on Titus. I mean, not Tidu. We have 600 health on Waka. We have all this. We're going to have that for the rest of the game. Like, essentially, we're basically not really upgrading anyone's health except for a few characters. So we're just not going to be that strong, and we're going to have to beat the game while we're gradually scaling in the overworld where every enemy is just going to be stronger and stronger. And that's the part of the game that's terrifying, is when we're just hoping that we just don't get blown up by a random ambush later on.
Yeah, hopefully you're getting your ambushes out of the way now, so they don't creep up later when they really matter.
Yep. Alright, so yeah, this cloister, pretty standard. You can get lost in cloisters pretty easily in this game. I think most people have felt that when they played this game for the first time, because these cloisters can be kind of confusing. There's like only like really like a few set solutions. It's I'm pretty sure I helped someone out there do this trial as fast as possible.
Yeah, there's gonna be one very notorious one.
Oh, yeah,
it's just a complete
maze. If you
maze.
play this game, you know. Anyways, we're about to get out of this. We're not gonna use Ifrit. I'm sorry to all Ifrit fans. Used to be a niche like pick for a fight that we don't fight anymore because of a new skip found last year that just changes the whole entire face of this game.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Ifrit not gonna have his moment in the sun. And okay, this is one of the worst encounters. It's not like horrible,
yeah,
but
it's useless basically.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to farm that enemy for anything. No useful drops. Takes way too long to kill, and can even inflict confuse on your party member, which causes them to attack each other or themselves. Gonna grab that Lux Sphere. It's gonna be pivotal for a strat coming up. Preemptive.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly on that enemy.
This is a very Final Fantasy X true RNG run right now. This is basically the standard that most people would feel when they run this game. It's very funny.
Yeah, you went from acceptable encounters to useless. This is probably gonna be our last one, and it's useless. Great, you got the bare minimum.
That's hilarious.
All right, whatever, bro. We'll fix it later.
This is what we're just doing, I guess.
Yeah, you can adapt.
Yep.
It's typical.
So basically, what we want to see any enemy there that's not that enemy we just saw, and we saw 3 times in a row. So
yeah.
Now we just got to play the game, and we have very low sphere counts. What's my sphere count right now? For speed?
You have 5 speed spheres
5
and an extra
speeds.
power. Yeah, we saw every enemy that he wants to see, just not in the same encounter together. You can get up to like 3 together. You can get the elemental with the lizard with the bee, but unfortunately, he just got like lizard and element and bee and element. I think.
So like we could be like do a really fast section of the game next, or we're gonna do a really slow section. So right here, I'm gonna be playing this mini game. So we get a eject shot. It's very important. Alright, it's very important. Oh my god,
you're killing it right now.
I need one more, I think. Did I get it? I messed it actually.
It's not working?
Yeah,
Did your controller disconnect?
I think so. Wait, I don't think I got it. Alright, well.
Okay, so if you get the eject shot, the game crashes. There's no there's no other way around it. With a cutscene remover, it does not properly process the fact that like a cutscene's playing and you're trying to skip a cutscene at the same time, so we're just gonna skip it. Eject shot is actually not that useful for the run. It's theoretically more consistent.
Yeah, but it's like if you're gonna lose Blitzball, you're gonna lose Blitzball.
Yeah.
And guys, this is just a spoiler for later part of the run. We need to win Blitzball.
We need to win Blitzball.
Yeah. If we lose Blitzball, we'll be fine, but it's not ideal, and it's not our fault essentially. As long as the game, as long as I'm not playing bad, it's not my fault. All right, so we're here. We're just doing some stuff in Luca. All of a sudden, Yuna got kidnapped, and then now we got to do some stuff with our this other squad, Kimari and Lulu.
Yeah, this squad is actually pretty decent for the fights coming up. We're basically going into a Machina gauntlet. Yuna was kidnapped by the Albed, and the Albed are keeping us at bay by sending robots at us. And one quick thing we have to do beforehand, I almost can't believe you're going for this. So actually, we got Twilight Steel from the Sin Spawn earlier, the boss. So that it sells for a ton of money, which basically bailed you out right there. Since we got such poor encounters, you weren't able to get many encounters worth of gil. So yeah, getting that drop was really nice. So he's able to afford Stunning Steel, which is an sword that can delay the boss's turns by slowing them. It's okay, so I shouldn't say delay because there's actually a term called delay, but whatever.
It basically slows them so they have less. We have more turns.
Yeah, we have more turns than they do overall, and we're going to be using that on a boss later on.
Yeah. So this is the part of the game where we have Lulu as our carry, essentially. It's something cool about this run I like is every party member, basically every party member has a part like where they're the carry, like they're like we need them for the run, which is really cool. So this part's gonna be Lulu. She's her magic's really strong against these Machina. Just gotta get through this, and it would be faster if we got better kills in Kilika, which we didn't. So we have to watch a lot of animations being played instead of us hasting Lulu and being able to fight really fast.
Yeah, the start of each fight it would be T2 hasting Lulu, and she would just bam, 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 plow through everything before this guy got his second turn. But unfortunately, yeah, we're gonna have to take it slow. So low drops, high ambush rate.
This is a
This
run.
is definitely good, top notch.
This is something we like to see out here.
And since we're doing the slower strat, we can actually see Seed Bomb in action that Kimari absorbed from that enemy. This is going to be a triple wave fight of 3 dudes each, and we're going to have T2 and Kimari team up. No crit, but it's still going to be a pretty whatever fight. Yeah, they're just going to team up while... Since Lulu is the slowest party member, we need to kill a lot of time before she can get another turn, and we might as well take out the enemy. And what this does is now Lulu's first, and since Lulu's first, she's going to get her turn, like, right after Kimari's next turn, so we might as well wait out this one because we're not going to do enough damage in time for Lulu's next turn, and now we'll just repeat the first cycle that we went through. Just small optimization for that one.
Yeah, this fight, it's funny because if we did have the haste we got from getting more kills in Kilika, we would just haste Lulu and she just goes to work.
Yeah, she would go to town.
Yeah, instead we have to do all this, which is actually a lot more common than the other one because getting good Kilika woods kills is very rare. It can happen, but most of the time you're gonna have a struggle to get here.
Right, but it's so worthwhile that even if you get like a medium amount of kills, it's worth gritting Titus early to go ahead and haste for that fight, so that Lulu can take them out quick. But yeah, you could see like the encounters were so bad, we still don't have level 5,
Yes.
meaning we can't haste Lulu for this fight.
Yeah, it's just a really slow fight now, essentially.
It's bad. So the gimmick for this one is that Lulu is going to charge up the crane 3 times with Thunder and, you know, be way faster if she was doing it at haste speed. And this boss has the move, what's it called?
Blitzball Rush.
Yeah, Blitzball Rush. Trying to smack us, and yeah, it's very fitting. The music.
Also the music. Really
yeah, the soundtrack for this is pretty fitting.
Yeah. So this is the biggest, either the biggest or the second biggest problem with the CSR is there's no music here for some reason. It's really weird.
And now conveniently, the turn order lines up perfectly no matter what strat you're doing. So now Tidu's able to use the crane since he's the closest, and what it's gonna do is pick up this guy, drop him, he becomes useless, and we can finish the fight without any resistance. And one extra thing that we do, especially in true RNG, is we need to end the fight with Tidu attacking the enemy. And what this does is influences its drops to favor Tidu. It becomes more likely that we'll get Lightning Steel. And Lightning Steel is a Thunder Elemental weapon for our main character here.
It would be very helpful.
Yeah, we didn't get the Ice Sword.
Let's see what we get here. Nice. Nothing.
Yeah, the expected drop.
Yep.
So now we're going to go ahead and finish up here with getting extra mana so we can spam more haste without needing to talk to save spheres and such. And yeah, haste is also an extremely important skill. It really tears a hole in a lot of really tough battles and really lengthy gauntlet battles, which will be occurring right after Blitzball.
Yeah, and also this is the worst part of the run.
This is the worst. Oh my.
So if you want to explain why we need to win Blitzball and how Blitzball works.
Okay, Blitzball. Why we need to win is we need to get a Strength Sphere. Strength Sphere is going to be used on the sphere grid to place down wherever we want a +4 strength node. We've gone over how strong 1 strength is. 4 strength, astronomical. 50-50. Letty gets the ball. Very nice. So our team is on the right. The enemy team, which are the Luca Goers, is on the left. They will ruin your day. They have just like a stacked team with like their dudes like pull their weight each. We have 2 dudes on this team who actually are competent, and then the one we actually have to rely on, our goalkeeper named Keepa. So right now, yeah, Jasu is extremely good, and our main shooter is going to be Tidu. And what we're doing right now is, okay, so just then, we didn't have to give Tidu the ball, but what it does is give him experience. So you actually earn experience in Blitzball, and you have your own progression system through Blitzball. And what that does is level him up and give him a skill point. Skill point means he can use Sphere Shot. Sphere Shot means we can actually win the game. Yes. And that's pretty important because
you're not supposed to win this game.
Yeah, it's really stacked against you. Like, your team is horrendous.
Yes.
And Jasu is the second most important member of the team because he's so fast that if you run circles around this arena, they can't catch you. Yep. And oh, that is so nice because
we need Jasu.
If these guys catch us at any point, oh, it gets so bad.
It's really bad.
So yeah, basically,
I call this part Call of Duty Zombies. If you guys ever played Call of Duty Zombies before, you guys always run a train, make sure the zombies are slightly behind you and stuff like that. These guys are basically zombies, but if they catch you, you're just dead.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, because especially now, because it's a 5 stack, it's a whole squad. You're not getting anything done. They're gonna get the ball. They're going to beeline for your goal, and if you don't have dudes protecting your goal, it's going in. And
so,
you don't want to be behind.
There's gonna be 3 phases of Blitzball for Blitz Off. I mean, so the first one we won. Ideally, we want to win all 3. But the reason why is because we get the ball, we lose less time, but the enemy team has a very high chance of scoring on you if they get the ball. And there's literally nothing you can do. You just gotta hope your team, actually does stuff. So we won the first one. That's fine and dandy. The second and third one,
are the ones that actually matter.
The ones that actually matter. I mean, this one matters too. Actually, this one matters too.
Yeah, for sure. It's just those two hold a lot more weight.
Yeah, so
and
it's easily the most stressful part about any marathon run in this game. PB attempts as well, because you're always like stressed out. You're like, oh my god, please blitz ball, bless me 3 times with a 50-50 each time. We lost like 5 50-50s earlier, so I'm confident.
We're due.
No, yeah, we're due. We're good.
So
and our only goal, by the way, is to score 1 time and then time them out, because we want to win 1-0. Be done here with blitz ball. We're out of here.
We're trying to lame it out and camp and just aim for the goal at the most opportune time. We don't want to shoot like crazy, like Waka says.
Shoot like crazy.
We just want to aim for the one Hawkeye shot. We're gonna go ahead.
We don't want to see
another
grab.
50-50. No grab.
No grab. Let's see it. Let's go. Let's go. Nice.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and give Jastu the ball, and he's going to sit in the corner outside of Abus's aggro range. Abus is the guy in the front right. He's going to be in the bottom right on the map here. And basically, I mean, throughout the whole blitzball, runners are looking at the map exclusively because that's where the actual information is. So right now, we're just going to be paying slight attention to the formation these guys are in, because it determines how we're going to have to manipulate the enemy to set up our goal. So we were kind of manipulating earlier. When you get the ball for the first time in blitzball, you have to set your team to manual mode so that you can actually control them, because they're set to auto at first, and that basically makes this even more of an auto scroller. This is already like sinning in many ways in terms of speedrunning, because it's a RNG based auto scroller that like can end your run.
Thank goodness.
And okay, so this formation is excellent. You can get some really terrible ones where they're just like, we got 3 dudes on you, or you got the line formation where they're all up and down. It's really hard to manipulate, so I'm not going to greed it too much. Gonna set it up real quick. We need to lure the guy away from the goal, the girl I should say, because now there's such a clean window to get right up into the goal, and you have barely enough time to get the sphere shot. It really doesn't matter what you roll, because it's so like, you're so close. You have no resistance. 18's amazing.
Nice.
You got okay. You like barely clutched that.
I know.
Okay, so that looked really weird. It looked like the ball didn't go in, but in actuality, you're gonna see a point scored right here. And
triple Letty.
Triple Letty blitz off skip. Okay, all the 50-50s that he lost earlier were worth it just for that.
Yeah, so
that is amazing.
That is the best blitzball you could ever get, by the way.
That was so sick.
That was amazing.
Well played.
Yeah, so this is the bane of every runner's existence, and we managed to get through it. So that's all we really cared about, was just getting past that part. Easily the most stressful part about any marathon run.
Very
because
nice.
We have strats for if you lose blitzball. Like there's a whole document for the speed run that's just, you lost blitzball? Okay, here's 10 different things you gotta do that's different. Because that's how important it is. You lose like a minute, probably more because you're not familiar with the route, but
yeah,
thankfully we got through it. Clean.
Oh, yeah. It'll be smooth sailing, barring future ambushes. So
yeah, I mean, there's gonna be times where we'll probably maybe die because this run is very mean, but you know, I'm past blitzball, and that's all that really matters to me.
You killed it. You really did.
You were kind of worried about that blitz off.
I did.
So like basically, yeah, I barely scored right before the transition. And that saved like a lot of time. It's about 15 seconds.
Yeah, because otherwise we would have had to watch that, blitz off animation. We had to see a 50-50, or rather, it's guaranteed because we scored. So we had to see like the goers get the ball and the timer's not rolling until they get the ball and start the round again. And that wastes so much time. So right now, we're gonna go ahead and haste. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so it's 2 power spheres in total. Okay, so every time T2 crits an enemy, that's an extra power sphere. We have 2 out of 6 right now.
Yeah, we need a lot.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities to score some extra power spheres here. And Waka's going to be helping a little bit just to save some time. But there's no way Waka can get us a power sphere, so...
Yeah. This is also the best part of the run, because for music-wise, because you get to your blitz off over and over again. Because the CSR has some quirky issues with it, like, get your blitz off, like the song, cool.
And yeah, for the rest of the fight, it's just gonna be some optimal how do you say, like
targeting.
Yeah, targeting for the party members, because we don't want the enemies getting turns, and obviously we don't want Tidu hitting the same enemy as Waka, because Waka's weaker, and 2 hits from Waka takes it out, so we're wasting hits with Waka if Tidu targets the same enemy. So yeah, essentially, like here, yeah, Waka... Okay, so you're going to delay that, and yeah, Tidu wants to target Monster D, which is that guy at the top, because he was about to get a turn. And then, you know, just little stuff like that. You look for every small thing where you can. Because this is going to be a mini gauntlet as well. Yeah, Waka can finish off Monster C, and then Tidu carries the rest of the battle. We have 3 total power spheres, so... Okay, 4, so we can actually luck into getting an overkill coming up and maybe secure the 6 without any additional help, but yeah, we're looking decent on power spheres and bad on speed spheres.
Yeah.
And now we have Auron. Auron's back, so like it was foreshadowed in a cutscene that we skipped that Auron actually returns after he was separated from Tidu when Sin Sid's a completely different character.
From Toy Story.
Sin absorbed him in that vortex, so now everyone's back together, and we can go ahead and shift the carry role over to Auron, and basically going to be stalling turns, hasting Auron. He does a ton of damage. Waka is on healing duty, and we're actually sort of hoping that Guile here takes out Tidu, and he has a small chance of countering when any of your party members do an attack, which is also another reason why you don't want Waka attacking this enemy, because it does no damage, it's going to counter, it's going to waste a bunch of time. And okay, so Tidu's going to be eating less turns because he's dead. And got another counter, so is it dead in the next attack, or do you need to heal?
It's dead.
It's dead? Alright.
And
Overkill! Alright, you're
okay.
clear on power spheres, I think, because he normally drops 2?
Yeah, we got 1 more, that's it. Yeah, we're good.
Alright.
Perfect. Helped out a lot. And Waka has level 2, so that we could actually level up Waka. Very useful for an upcoming fight later on.
Yeah, actually.
Yep, so we're about to see the most popular cutscene in the game. Just kidding, we're not watching cutscenes. It's funny, though, because the mod for this game, the cutscene remover, the picture is literally just Titus laughing, but it's like crossed out. Because we don't want to see that cutscene.
Yeah, most iconic cutscene crossed out. It's such a funny logo.
It might be the most popular cutscene in Final Fantasy history, actually. If you really think about it.
It's also lengthy. This is also like a lengthy portion of cutscenes.
Yeah,
and
we were talking about it earlier. We were like, this section where Auron and Titus are talking after that fight, it's like a few minutes long, and then the laughing cutscene's like 5 minutes long, and then it just adds up. And then the Mihen cutscene coming up as well, very long.
Yeah, so we're basically breezing through an area of the game that would normally take you would take several breaks. You would like cook a full meal, or use the bathroom and like watch a YouTube video or something. And yeah, we can go ahead and just skip everything. But now this is where we're gonna have first the forced encounter with Auron's little gimmick, which is his weapons have piercing to start with, meaning these like armored dudes he can take care of, no one else can for the most part. So he's gonna do a ton of damage where our boy did nothing. So that's about it. It's just a free power spheres especially important. It's just nice that we can get free power spheres, so we have to worry about that less. And that's going to be an additional one. So yeah, the fact that we're caught up on power spheres means we don't have to kill an enemy later on to obtain the final bit that we need for the rest of the game. And going to be fiddling around with some equipment and getting the party set up for this next section. So this is where ambushes get kind of real.
Yeah,
there's
real.
There's a big dog enemy called Dullhorn. And one gore from him can just take you out.
Yeah, it's probably the enemy is the bane of our existence for this whole entire mid-game section. Also, you're gonna hear Titus say those exact same voice lines a lot, a lot. Like, I'm not even joking. It gets pretty bad.
I'll be right back.
So like I said, it's a 1 in 8 to get an ambush, which sounds like kind of low, but like you think about how many encounters you're getting in this game, yeah, you're gonna probably get a few ambushes here and there, and some of them are especially dangerous. The ones with the dual horns, they're gonna be terrifying. Okay, the dogs can outspeed us too, like right here.
Now, so watch out.
And the dogs have a higher
won't go
chance
so
attacking
easy
the
on you next
person with
time.
the lowest HP, which is Titus in this situation. So. Hopefully we get out. Nice.
All right.
Can be kind of scary there.
Okay, so yeah, moving right along, we're gonna be picking up something really important.
Yeah, right here. This is a very important
This
item.
is a mandatory item.
And
Oh, we get
ambush, right?
ambushed. They're trying to
Nice.
protect it, but that's par for the course at this point. Okay, so we got an enemy that
Okay.
can sleep you or silence. We got an
Or
enemy.
confuse you.
Yeah, that one can confuse you.
Okay, nice.
All right,
I
great.
won't go so easy on you next
That wasn't
time.
that bad.
Could have went a lot worse.
Yeah.
It's really convenient having Yuna in the party now.
This is the most important item in the game right here. Kick this blitz ball. This kid comes over to us, and then I supposed to talk to him. Oops, that's my ball. My bad. Yeah, should I feel bad because I just kicked this this kid's ball randomly? And there's no way. This is a double ambush. That's the second double ambush of the run, by the way.
Yeah, 2 in a row, twice.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay, nice. Okay, Waka's almost dead. Route.
I'll be right back.
Luckily, only 2 enemies in this whole area can outspeed us. So, most of the time, it's not that bad.
Yeah, because another thing about ambushes is it also pushes your like party's turn order in such a way like they lose all their priority. So if an enemy can outspeed you, it will outspeed you, meaning it gets 2 turns,
Yeah.
and that means double the chance to get sleep on your guys. And
Yeah. So
if,
the odds of getting slept is really slow, though. Like, but it still happens.
Yeah.
Or you're getting confused, and if you're getting confused, you can't really do
like,
anything.
it's not that likely, but if it does happen, it's horrible, especially because our flea user is the top priority, and
Let live.
he will continue to be as long as his health is the lowest, which that's
Which
a
it
problem.
is right
It's
now.
like a loop in itself. So
Yeah, it's a conundrum. Like, we have like all these like factors we gotta take into account every time we go into this area. Like, oh, that's the first preemptive. We're so happy about that. Let's go.
yeah, now there's no chance for the dog to outspeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, preemptive means you go. Yeah, it's like the opposite, right? You go first, and if you're faster, if you can be faster than enemy, you will be faster.
Yep. Yep. Alright, there we
I
go.
won't go so
We
easy on you
finally
next
outspent
time.
our first dog of the whole run. Let's go. Yeah, but this section kind of introduced you as a speedrunner to the RNG sections of this game that just can just ruin your life. And it's funny because you won't really die here. It's not really a section where you're gonna die. It's just more like, oh, this is inconvenient. And then all of a sudden you just lost like a minute because yeah, that happened. But luckily this wasn't the worst. No super dangerous encounters.
I feel like the amount was kind of high.
Yeah, just how
Say your prayers.
it always feels
I'll
like
be
that
right
because this section is very long. All right, here we go.
This is we're gonna make a stop at this inn, and we're gonna get full heal. We're gonna get some pretty important items. We're gonna start by purchasing a couple Phoenix Downs for safety and a bunch of grenades, and the grenades are gonna be useful later on for an overdrive, and also, I mean, it might actually be useful for getting caught up on speed spheres, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to there and we get a level 1 key sphere, which we would use right away if Waka was under leveled, but we didn't have to worry about that. This is a notorious boss.
Yeah, this is a really hard boss.
Okay,
I'm gonna be careful.
Okay,
This is a
okay.
really hard
Yeah,
boss.
we're gonna start off by hasting Titus.
Yeah.
That's pretty unlucky that
That's
he went
whatever.
first.
Okay. Let me haste Titus. Oh.
You haste.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're gonna have to. Okay, these guys are useless, so we're just gonna wait for the.
Okay.
And he
well,
killed him. Okay.
This is actually really unlucky.
So we lost our haste user, meaning I don't really know how you're gonna play this.
Yeah,
We're just gonna kind of wait for an opening here.
Yeah, I'm about to fall off this cliff. It's kind of not good actually. Oh, and we're dead. All right. Well, I look at. I would safety save here. Do I? No, I'm just kidding. We have to.
Step for good luck.
There we go. Nice.
Yeah.
So we actually want to die there because it's faster than actually doing the fight. You can beat that fight, but it really just only makes it so you have a better path to this next area. But that is the fastest way to get past the section. We don't we don't care about the chocobos. I'm sorry.
Essentially, yeah, we don't. We would have gone on the high road, and you know it's a really long, windy path. And now we're like down here, and the boss fight takes forever. He has a ton of HP. It's kind of a gimmicky fight too, because you're like battling for positioning, and like you have to damage him at certain times, and we're just not dealing with that
like,
at all.
You don't even die if you fall off, so it's like
might as well, yeah. So
it's funny though, because that fight, if he keeps punching, it's possible you just die. It's happened to me before.
Like
the chocobo eater does not want to keep punching, and then it's over.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
All right, so we want to get out of here with with no more encounters, but it's very hard to.
Yeah. So we're encountering another enemy. That dude right there with the fire coming out of his mouth.
Void Ray. Is it Void Ray? I don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't know. It's Ray or something.
It's a really dangerous enemy. We're gonna see it a lot later in this section, and it can just ruin our run.
Yeah, because ambushed by the other guy, okay, he kills one dude. Ambushed by this guy, he kills your whole crew.
Yeah, he has a multi-fireball attack that just attacks everyone. Does like 500 damage. It's
really it won't one-shot you right away, but it'll lead to, you know, he's got backup, you got ambushed. Chances are you're probably gonna get taken out. Okay, decent ambush or preemptive.
We're coming up to the newest skip of the run. If you want to explain that, it's a very famous skip that was found after 23 years of this game. 22 years of this game being out.
Pretty insane, because like the basic premise of this trick is we're gonna be pushed through barriers through an NPC, and this is well known. Like we've used NPCs to push ourselves through like dialogue triggers and cutscene triggers, and hold the text box to actually gain control during cutscenes. We didn't have to incorporate that during this run because there's no cutscenes, but this area right here has a barrier right behind that guy. Oh, preemptive on this. I thought it was an ambush for half a second. That's like the worst ambush you can get. But anyway, yeah, you can get past that barrier, but only if you land a cutscene skip beforehand, because that'll deload the dude who was standing here before, and you would actually get sent back before you could even like reach the barrier, like the threshold. And what Vermillion is doing here is lining up a very specific pinpoint visual cue, and now we're awaiting this guy right here. He's gonna talk to us, and gonna try and not talk to him from too far away, and we're gonna be holding turbo here to make sure that you can get pushed through. Okay, that's step one. So now line up a second visual cue. Now we got through the first barrier. There's one more additional barrier, and what this will do is push him to the other side, and instead of going all the way up Mushroom Rock Road, you gotta go through a bunch of encounters, fight a really hard boss. You gotta do all sorts of extraneous stuff, and it's especially harmful to your time in any percent, because there's all sorts of cutscenes, and like it gets really messy.
Yes.
We're skipping an entire boss, which really shakes up the route, and we're calling this Terra skip because of the runner who found this. It skips that whole entire area. So
it's a really massive skip.
It comes with only benefits except for one downside, which is we don't get to go to a shop up there which sells a really nice weapon for Orin called Sentry. Oh, okay, we're getting an encounter right there. Did you not get through the barrier?
I think I did.
Okay, we're gonna have to see real quick before
Let me check really fast.
I get back on that point. Did you not reach?
Okay,
perfect, great, yeah. It's a first try, so we're talking, 2-cycle first try, very nice. That can go really poorly, and there's even 2 boxes on either side that can soft lock you completely. You're just stuck there. But yeah, back to the sentry point. It nullifies ambushes, which means you can only get either preemptives. It raises your preemptive chance, or you can get regular encounters. But since we don't have it, we get ambushed.
Yep.
all the time. But thankfully, our friend Vouvray didn't shoot the entire party with fire. So
Yeah,
we're
thank
probably
goodness.
getting out. The,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
Yeah.
relatively unscathed. So.
Yeah, if I do die, by the way, I have to do the whole entire skip again. So
Yeah,
we don't want to see that.
Yeah, the pressure is kind of on there, but
Yeah. I mean, it's not over yet. The room's not done yet. There's still more encounters. Okay.
just fine. So.
Yeah, but it's a skip that saves
guys are
so
toast.
much time. Like in the any percent run, it saves like 20 minutes straight up. The only problem being that sentry thing, but it's it's so worth it just to save all that time.
Alright,
Actually, we're probably good.
We should be chilling.
Nice, very good.
Live and let live.
And Waka, he's gotten bullied a lot, so he has his overdrive and then some for probably a backup strat for a boss
And
coming up.
All of a sudden, we beat Sin Spawn Weed, which is the boss fight we were supposed to beat, and now we're here.
Yeah, the game just assumes that like there's no way the player can be here unless they've gone through all the trials and tribulations beforehand. So we're gonna go ahead and set the flag to make sure that they can progress further. And yeah, unbeknownst to them, over 20 years later, we're getting past that
Yeah, it's
without
great.
fighting the bosses.
It's so
good.
crazy to me that a game this old can have a giant skip like that found like after so long. It works in every single version of this game as well. PS2, PS5, even like in this version, it's absolutely so sick to me.
So we got one of the more ideal encounters for once. We've got Stone Breath on Kimari, so really nice to get that early. That enemy right there is rare-ish.
Yeah.
It's not like...
It's about like a 20% chance
Yeah.
I would say each encounter. You have multiple encounters.
Yeah,
to get
multiple slots where that dude can be filled in. So once again, it completely fills Kimari's overdrive. So now he has Stone Breath, which is a completely broken skill. Basically, if the enemy is susceptible to being inflicted with a stone status, they're taken out instantly.
He's dead.
And we don't have to deal with them at all. The only weird thing is it doesn't give you the overkill
yeah.
experience, but that's neither here nor there.
And then I would say the biggest problem, and this is only for any percent, is it kills enemies in a random order, which
Yeah.
is massive for any percent.
Yeah, because we want to be as consistent as possible for that, so we have full control over how the run is going. So yeah, when it's random like that, it's kind of a blemish, but yeah, this is going relatively fine compared to what we've been through so far.
The game is kind of being nice to me after the Kiloko Woods and everything else.
So yeah,
Blitzball was so nice. The RNG, the Terra skip we have is really, really good as well. Very fast.
yeah,
So
yeah. I'd say performance-wise and randomness when it mattered, this is actually going pretty smoothly.
yeah, I mean we're kind of getting the of both worlds. We're getting the good RNG and the bad RNG. The peaks and valleys, I should like to say.
I was gonna say that same thing.
Yeah, the peaks and valleys of Final Fantasy X speedrunning is just this category, and that's why a lot of people love running it. It's a very fun category. It's very exciting because you get to see
The
how
Cloister of Trials.
the Cloister of Trials. Yeah, I forgot to talk about that because we were just chilling and talking about this game. So this Cloister is actually more complicated. We're starting to get to the complicated stuff here, and yeah.
We literally just got hit with a donation. We got Dude Nice. What's up, buddy? Coming in with a $25 donation. Shout out to the Vermin and Alien. Good luck with your run, and make sure to stop by for some more free Slurpees after. That's what I'm talking about.
Yo, let's go.
Nice. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you for donating to a great cause, and for, of course, housing our boy right here,
Yep.
because he's coming all the way from California
Yeah,
to do this run for you guys.
all the way
and,
from California. Yeah.
it's really cool to see him and be able to commentate for this run with him, and
Yeah.
it's always killer.
I can explain the story about how I learned this run since we are here, not doing much. So, one day I was on my stream, and I was playing Tears of the Kingdom. The game just came out, right? And I don't know why Alien was in my chat. I forgot what he said, but he says something along the lines of like, "Do you want to learn FF10?" And I was like, "Hear me out," which is what I always say, by the way. Hear me out. And I said, you know what? Let me learn the run. I've never really learned a long RPG before. And then I was like, let's do it. So he found this run. He ran this game a little bit before. Showed me the run. I was like, we had a whole night. He taught me the whole thing, and I was like, wow, that was so much fun. I really loved it. And I kind of just caught that bug where this game is just like really fun to me, speedrunning it. There's so many different things about it.
Oh yeah, it was a really scuffed run, but it was
Yeah.
that just made it even more memorable.
It took me like 7 hours to beat
Yeah.
this game the first try.
This
This
is
speedrun.
like not too long after Cutscene Remover came out, and that really adds to the how do you say it? Like the quality of life, the accessibility to this run.
Yes.
And you know, introducing someone to this speed run, unless they're real hardcore, they're probably gonna want to play on Cutscene Remover, and
Yes.
it really, I'd say it saved the interest.
It has saved this cutscene remover. Like has basically made this community explode. Like in terms of like popularity, because people just want to actually be able to run the game without spending their whole day on it. You know.
Yeah.
You can basically spend like maybe like 3 or 4 hours. Depending how you feel, and then just get a whole run out of the way. So, and this is also funny enough the longest Final Fantasy speedrun. Besides 14, I think, any percent. It's extremely long. Those cutscenes are no joke.
Yeah.
And every FF10 runner who's in a any percent speedrun has seen those cutscenes a lot. We kind of just meme them in different ways. And we know where our breaks are, and there's just a lot of downtime. 5 hours of just text, which you have to mash through or turbo through, which is what most people do. It's a lot. Also, yeah, we finished Course of Trial, kinda. We're almost done.
Yeah, I guess the last weird thing that happens is you're supposed to get on this elevator, and it will not accept you unless you let go
Yeah.
of your movement.
Because, you know, I guess.
Sure.
That's the only elevator. There's actually another elevator in the game that does that. It's much later, but, like, why is that a thing? I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
just like, are you sure you want to get on the elevator? It looks like you're still moving. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no button command or anything. It just, do you want to do that? I'm like, yes. I kind of do.
Kinda.
I'm kind of moving there for a reason, right?
Unlike Ifrit, we're grabbing in a actual useful Aeon.
Yes.
Ixion is going to be the second most used Aeon throughout the run, and we're going to be spamming it a bit, but it's not going to be our carry. The big thing about this run, and this was sort of the major route change before Terra Skip was discovered, was actually turning this into an Aeon-centric run. We're not going to be utilizing Ixion anytime soon. Instead, we're still going to be farming AP for Titus, and Titus is going to be doing like really unexpectedly hard work for us coming up. Like for a while, we're still just going to be running from all the encounters, and we're going to have to do a little boss fight, but it's not like so overbearing that we need to prep beforehand. And pretty much for safety's sake, we're gonna go ahead and grab this item. It sells for a ton
Yes.
at the shop. So we're gonna need one more money check for shopping purposes, and then one final money check at the end of the game.
Yeah. Money is usually not a problem for the speedrun, but you do need money for certain sections. Alright, this section is my least favorite section of the run. Just for not a particular reason other than it's just long and it's just a hallway, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's very dangerous in terms of how long you lose time.
Coming into play
I'll be
right
right
there
back.
is the reason why Lulu is in this party. So you're not at very much risk of like wiping because the enemies aren't that threatening. Like you'd have to get hit with a combo, basically like a status effect into like
Live and let live.
hitting the wrong party member and just not being able to run away. Like so much has to go wrong for you to actually die here. So it's actually pretty safe to swap in Lulu and have the dogs prioritize attacking her
Not
over
again.
Think of it as training.
Titus.
Won't go so easy
But
on you
that
next
is the
time.
one downside is you get an
Voice
extra
lines, yeah.
voice line when they're in the party together.
But
You-
it's worth it though.
yeah, definitely, because you know, if you get low, you're inclined to heal.
won't
If you
go
get
so easy
status,
on you next time.
you're inclined to die, and you don't want any of that. So risk mitigation, and also just like you might as well. It doesn't really lose any time.
Live and let
Yeah,
live.
it's just worth it. And also, we kind of don't really care too much about Lulu dying at all. And
Yeah.
she's basically done her role. Like, she's
Mm-hmm.
basically not really useful for the rest of the run. Except for one thing. She's his lowest party member, and that's going to be very useful later on for a reason. And her evasion's really high, so
Live
which is
and
good.
let live.
Yeah, so she won't even get hit too often.
Yeah, it's important we also get Oren's overdrive from this whole section, but we have a lot more sections to go before he is ready for that. And we have the scary section coming up very soon. It's the first ambush.
Yeah,
section.
it's like not like yeah, the dog and the bee are gonna get 2 turns, but they're not gonna do too much.
Yeah. Okay, orange has overdrive. That's perfect.
I'll be right back.
All right, we're almost done with the section. I'm gonna heal Titus. I'll just heal Orange one time as well. We're gonna need to use our potions later on, so I'm gonna keep those to like a little bit lower HP. And this has been a really good Moonflow section. I've had so many preemptives. Been very strong.
Right.
This middle game has been very, very strong for the run.
Yeah,
which
for sure.
Happens for most runs. It's like you have 2 good sections, 1 bad section. The bad section kind of feels like it's the worst part of the run.
Yeah. You're expected 1 ambush in this area, so you're pretty much on par. Wasn't a bad ambush either.
Yep.
Yeah, so pretty good. So yeah, it is very important to keep Titus topped off, and if it's like convenient, you can keep another party member low, because we're gonna be jumping into a boss, and it'll
Hopefully this boss fight goes well, because it's more coin flips, and did this run in an RPG limit break, and it took me 9 coin flips.
I thought it was 8. It was 9.
It was like 9, I think. So we're gonna have to pray here. If we get this fight on the first 50-50, we'll be chilling. But we're gonna have to just react to what we get here.
Yeah, basically this fight can go several ways depending on how late your status gets inflicted on the boss. This is the whole reason why we have Stunning Steel. This boss is susceptible to being slowed. It will not slow every time. It will not slow.
We only care about one time.
Most of the time. We just need to get 1 proc, and we needed to get it early. We're rolling the dice after getting haste off because it's most efficient to do it at the start of the battle, and Waka's just going to get some chip damage in, and we're going to have our first shot at Destiny.
Praying. Let's pray. Please, give me a slow.
I feel like you got it.
How can you tell? I did get it.
Absolutely
Nice.
magical. So I'm going to go ahead and haste Waka here, and Waka's just going to be pelting the boss with his Blitzball, and we're going to be spending some turns cheering. It's best to do it now, and yeah, a couple things to go down. So yeah, Waka, his damage is getting increasingly bigger as we cheer on him, and now the boss enters the next phase where it rises, and when it's up here, it has a 500 damage threshold that you have to hit, or else it does the worst move ever, which is called Depth Charge.
It causes blinds, does a lot of damage, and then you're basically just dead.
It nukes your party. Yeah, it makes them blind. It's terrible. So absolutely no risk of that happening with, Waka's overdrive. First turn slow.
Like,
it's already down. He's doing so much damage.
Yeah, we're basically this fight, since we got the first turn slow, this is like the easiest fight. We just coast through. We don't have to worry about anything. We're just going to start wailing on it, and we're good. And if you do get longer stuns, that's when the fight gets really, really bad.
It gets crazy. Like, there's backups in place for like 1 to 5, and then after that, it's like, what are you even doing?
It's like, well, the run's probably dead, but you'll be okay. Just make sure
you'll be okay.
Get threshold. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And it was actually also convenient that the boss targeted Waka earlier, because T2 is actually susceptible to dying if it's just like targeting Titus over and over and over. He can just die, and then when you're close to dying, you have to spend turns healing, and that's slow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really smooth. That was awesome.
This mid game has been very good. We're about to reach the scariest part of the game after this next section. So yeah, now we kind of just get a really fast tutorial with Riku here.
Yeah, hopefully we can ride the momentum. So now, the question mark party member from earlier has turned into Riku. Riku is unquestionably, unfathomably broken.
Yeah, we had this discussion about if she's the best party member in Final Fantasy history, and I think we do agree.
She takes the cake.
Yeah,
like the starting stats she gets is phenomenal, and she starts with Steel and Use and has Mix. Mix is incredible. It is so versatile, and it leads to some of the most like overpowered,
game-changing, like game-altering like moves in the game.
She's integral to the run because of how amazing her overdrive is. So You actually didn't need to frag grenade there. You had 6 power spheres.
I did.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's no big deal. I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, your dudes are low enough that you're gonna be getting a spot opened up, which is really convenient because the next item that Vermillion's gonna pick up is going to be Lightning Marble, which is going to appear at the very top of his inventory, and he's gonna be spamming that. So having to not scroll through his inventory every time he wants to use it is very nice. And yeah, so Riku has use, which she has specialized items that are in a pool that she's allowed to. Only her and Kimari, because those are the only 2 party members that are going to learn use. They are the only ones who have access to those items, and they're very strong items. And the items that are in that pool, along with every other consumable, are also in the pool for mix. So you can get some crazy combinations, and that's going to come in real clutch for some of the hardest bosses in the game.
Yeah, it's essential. And it's crazy because we get her at this part of the game where it's just, we need her.
Yeah,
So yeah,
right when we need her.
Yeah, and this is the slowest section of the game where we just talk to a lot of people. That's it. We're going to do this really funny where we leave, and then we're over here now.
I'm actually partially surprised you didn't like bee or nade one of those bees.
I was thinking about it, but I'm gonna do it later on.
Like yeah, there's
we have opportunities in later on to get some more slow speed spheres.
Multiple methods of getting speed spheres on the HD version as well, because yeah, there's some extra features and items added that allow this to be relatively painless if we're this far behind for a marathon setting.
Yep.
And hidden item over here, this is what I was talking about, the lightning marble. Oh, amazing. Awesome.
Very important.
And you get 8, which is like the perfect amount.
I don't know why they just decided. It's like they knew the run. They needed 8 lightning marbles exactly.
And it's also really convenient that the item that you're forced to steal is bomb core. Bomb core is also near essential. Like if you didn't get bomb core, then a boss coming up is like
stressful.
Yeah, it's only RNG. There's like no way to circumvent that. Yep. So yeah, pretty cool. Yep. Finishing up in Guado Salam, getting a lot of exposition done here, learning about how people pass on and learning the history of Seymour's bloodline and how like summoning began as a concept.
Wait, who's Seymour? We haven't seen him yet.
Seymour who?
We haven't seen Seymour. We haven't seen Seymour the whole time.
That is true. Yeah, with ZSR we don't even need to see him ever.
Okay, this is the worst. This is the worst moving section of the game.
Okay, we're in Thunder Plains. Thunder Plains is an area. It's a ticking time bomb essentially. Spend enough time in Thunder Plains, your party will wipe. That's just how the numbers work. So we're getting a preemptive off the bat, which is nice. You do not want to get ambushed here, and it's especially bad in part 2. There's 2 sections to this area. It's huge, and one like minor thing is like it's more or less optimal to stay on a pathing that's close to these pillars, these like lightning rods that are surrounding the area, because when you're near one of those, when lightning strikes, it won't strike you. And if it strikes you, then you either have to dodge or eat the hit. And when you eat the hit, it's like very embarrassing.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Either way, it's going to be slower. So, yeah, sometimes it just happens against your will. But yeah, staying near the towers mitigates that risk.
It's getting scary.
I feel like the encounter rate's a little high.
Yeah, we just don't want to see an ambush here. If we see an ambush, we're probably dead.
Yeah, because that middle guy is basically this area's version of Vouvray, who instead of fire breath.
Oh, okay.
Okay, ambush.
This one is.
It's not that bad.
It could be bad.
It could be if we're looking for them to spread their targets, or only targeting Kamar is good.
We're good.
That we're getting out of here unscathed.
We got very, very, very lucky that it was not. It was not tight. It's new.
Are you greeting it to? No, you're not. Of course not. Of course not.
You thought I was gonna not heal him? What if we get another ambush? You know what I mean? Like right here.
Yeah, because we've gotten 2 in a row twice. We cannot count it out.
True. And what if Titus gets stoned? You know, it's possible.
Yeah, that enemy right there, stones. They used to sleep. They just straight up petrify, and there's nothing we can do. We don't have softs.
All right, so the first part, we're out of there. That's one of the worst parts.
Okay, entering Entering the inn, Thunder Plains. This is the part where, yeah, we're spicing it up a bit. We're gonna grab a very important item here, which is the yellow shield, which makes Tidus impervious to lightning damage. Impervious. And now you're thinking, like, if you can't die to thunder, and thunder is the most prominent element in this area, how can you still wipe? Do not tempt the game.
Don't say that.
Do not tempt the game. It will happen.
Yeah, the game will find a way. It's like, what did you say?
Because we're actually looking to farm a very, like, scary enemy in an ambush potentially. Oh my god, that dude on the left, he can just wipe everybody.
Yeah,
okay,
as long as he doesn't hit tight. Oh.
Okay, we're actually fine though because.
Okay, wait.
We're not fine.
We're not fine.
We're not fine.
We're not fine. We're actually dead, by the way.
We're not fine.
Can Orn make it out?
Lucky sevens, come on.
He's dead.
Dodge, dodge.
It's dead. All right. So that's the 10 experience. You literally said, how can we find a way to die?
First encounter or second?
That was the second encounter. Thankfully, we got auto save.
At least it's early, and yes,
yeah.
very nice addition to the HD version for speedrunning. We have auto saves. That was not.
Hey, look, another ambush.
It's the same squad.
It is the same squad.
They're the gatekeepers. There's no way. There's no way right now. Okay, so this dude on the left can pick the. Oh,
there's no. We just died 2 times in a row. Wait,
okay. 1
okay,
in
we're good.
4.
We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
My word. My word, bro.
The game did not want us to
as
see us
long as
succeed.
one person makes it out, everyone's good, and FF10 pretty much exclusive. It revives your party members after about.
This is hype. Okay, we're good. We made it out. We're getting a lot of ambushes though.
A nice little byproduct is Riku got her overdrive. I was gonna mention that we were gonna farm a Iron Giant for its drops and overdrive. It would be nice to get a light curtain, but we don't need it for the overdrive.
It makes it a little
My
more
god,
fun.
it felt
I'm gonna not grab it. I'm just gonna grenade.
All right. Let's hope for overkills. Damage roll.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, all right. So we got an additional 3 right there.
That's perfect.
Tally that up. Okay, so we're
7 now, I think.
we have 8.
8. Okay, we're good then. I just need to get. I just need to distill. Oh, perfect.
Cool. Yeah, solo. This guy, like, if you could just get this guy every time on his own, that would be just perfect.
Yeah, no ambushes as well.
Yeah. Instead, we get ambushed by like everybody, which is this is like the one area where we're like, please.
Yeah, don't
do
ambush me. And then guess what? We're just getting every ambush.
Okay, so we got.
I like this run a lot right now because we're getting the whole package.
Yeah,
like,
actually.
Like this, sometimes you get a really bad run or a really good run. It's like that's not how the game is.
No, this is a roller coaster, and I'd say you're still getting lucky where it matters, because at least this death is not gonna be impactful to the rest of the run.
Yes, it's like it's not like I'm like I'm an item or something. We're fine.
Yeah, this is harmless.
This is the best one because Titus can't die, and I already menued my yellow shield before. Thank goodness. All right, I'm not gonna tempt fate. I'm gonna heal. Tempting fate would be the worst thing I could do right now.
All right.
All right, so we're past the most dangerous part of the run. It's funny because Thunder Plains Part 1 is where I'm more scared, but it turns out Thunder Plains Part 2 is just even scarier.
So crazy.
And then this area right here, Macalania Woods, we don't have to worry about any ambushes. There's no ambushes or preemptives in this whole entire area.
Get a little reprieve from that. Yeah, just a weird facet of this area. So, yeah, we'll never get ambushed, but like you can see, like there's still a couple enemies that can outspeed you. They're really annoying. Lizard can still stone, and when you're petrified, can't do anything. But our main objective in this area is going to be actually looking for 2 specific enemies. We want Blue Element, which looks like all the other elemental dudes we've seen thus far, except it's blue. It does a ton of damage, but we want that item that you steal from it, and we want Chimera's Steel. And what that'll allow
wasting our
for
time.
is a more consistent boss fight coming up,
Live and let live.
because we're going to be using the items they drop for a mix, and it's basically a 1 in 4 which element it becomes. So if you have all 4, you can win every time, but any item that you're missing adds up the probability that you're going to fumble. So we're going to go ahead and steal from this guy. It's actually a 1 in 8 that
Nice.
you don't steal the right item.
We get a really cool lightning marble, which we have 8 of already.
Yeah,
It's great.
feast or famine. So we're gonna go ahead and 75% chance right now we're looking at for the boss.
Yeah, right now it's looking pretty decent. We still
Like-
get 1 blue element. If not, it's fine. We have backups in place anyways, just for this
Yeah,
situation.
the odds are in our favor, and if we end up rolling unlucky, then we can still salvage the fight. And that rainbow butterfly right there actually disables encounters. So that even though it's so close to the loading zone, Vermin took a lot of steps coming up to this point, so he would have actually had a chance to get an additional encounter had he not taken that. So yeah, there's a chance that that lizard
I'll be right
can
back.
target Riku, and even if she doesn't get petrified, she can still die. And she will die, actually. She's targeted there. So yeah, that went pretty much ideal, and now we have a 100% chance of being prepared for the boss. And yeah, one final part of this area
I
is
won't go so easy on you
after
next
we
time.
come down this ramp, there's one last butterfly, and gonna be picking it up to make sure you get no more encounters, because even though you can't get ambushed, you still get outsped, and it's annoying.
It sucks. It just sucks. This is the worst encounter in the game, by the way, for this section.
Yeah.
Very slow. This is really, you're not really in danger of dying. It's just slow.
I'll be right back.
It's kind of like the big thing about this whole entire area. You probably won't die because you don't ambush or anything, but like, who wants to experience an
Nice.
encounter?
Okay, so yeah, taking several steps and then grabbing the butterfly feels so good, because it was like,
Yes.
man, it was worth, and I didn't get an encounter on the way. We're gonna get a shopping trip here. We're gonna cheese it a little bit by asking for a discount. Just say, yeah, this is too expensive, and he lowers the price astronomically. So as long as you've gotten a bit of money, there's no chance that you can get
I'll go with
that you're not prepared to
The-
spend.
yeah, unless like, yeah, those weapons are really expensive,
Yeah.
but thankfully we got the discount, and we're good, and we got this fight, which we are 100% prepared for.
So right away, we're going to be seeing a benefit to the weapon that we got for Titus, which is Sonic Blade. Sonic Blade means whenever he's in the party, no matter what, unconditionally, he will go first. If you get ambushed, he will go first. If someone else is faster than you, you will go first. So that is insanely helpful, and it sort of softens the blow on not getting sentry for the run. We're throwing a grenade to get some damage and identify the elements. So we got Blizzard right there, which means we're going to mix Bomb Core and HP Sphere and watch the fireworks.
This is why Riku is the best party member in the series, by the way. Just watch. See, like earlier we were doing like maybe 300 damage per hit, and we just did 1,300 like each single rep of that. So
Yeah, over 10k damage on this guy. Get the overkill.
yep.
Crucial overkill too. Very
the fight,
nice.
And the fight only took like 40 seconds.
Yeah.
The death animation is really long actually, so it's insane how much you can do for the whole entire game like that.
We got a big sphere grid right here, so now that Riku's in the party, she's going to be very helpful and is right next to a 3 speeds or agility sphere, which is really helpful for some crucial outspeeds coming up and to gain even additional turns on top of her outspeeds. And now Kimari's going to join her in her grid because her grid is just that good. He's going to pick up Steal and Use. They're that good. We're going to have him be the backup. And it's going to be, once again, just like Sonic Steel, is going to be used right away. We're going to have, like, another gauntlet. This is where, like, the game heats up and becomes, like, really cool. We got bosses back-to-back that are just really
They're
sick.
bangers,
and,
yeah.
like, in the story, too, revelations are dropping and, like, betrayals and sides are being taken and, like, it's just so great, and like it's fun in cutscene remover and with cutscenes. Look at this ambush. We don't even care. Of course, it's gonna give you an ambush.
We used
We're out of
to
there.
we used to care about ambushes. There's actually only one more ambush we really care about, and hopefully we won't see it.
Yeah,
but-
that's gonna be when Titus is not in the party.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't get that one.
Hopefully we just don't see it. I don't want to see it. Alright, so
So-
this fight is really precise, so I'm gonna be a little careful here.
Yeah, it's a simple fight. Just it's delicate. We're gonna abuse the fact that Titus goes first to give Riku preemptive essentially, and she's gonna hopefully get a high damage roll. Nice. Okay.
That never happens, by the way.
Yeah, really, that's actually pretty rare for Vermilion. Okay. You're gonna think like, wait, this dude counterattacks every time. How are you gonna get any progress done? That is actually exactly what we want. Riku getting full overdrive again. You saw how much damage it does to Sphere Morph. It's not gonna do any less to this boss. And with this strategy, we used to give Kimari speed for crucial like outspeed coming up with how he would need to throw an additional lightning marble, right? And now with some optimizations going on, Lulu can actually Mega Phoenix and get him up late, and everything's fine. Or Yuna rather, to get experience. Like once again, I touched on this early on, but this is just really important that it happened in the Sphere Morph fight as well, where Yuna just came in and defended. You get 100% experience for even participating in the battle, and that is just so huge.
Yeah.
It doesn't split.
We just gave 5 people 100 EXP just from
Yeah, that's what the
doing nothing.
The Mega Phoenix is so important to revive Kimari, resurrect him, get full experience, and yeah, man, it's so amazing. Now everyone's in tip-top shape because we're gonna need so much experience going forward, and right away it's gonna pay dividends because Vermilion did an optimal strat where he swapped weapons to Brotherhood because we actually don't want to push our turn order to the preemptive status as we go into the next fight, because it hurts our party members because the enemies have a fixed starting move and they always take their turn as soon as they can. So it pushes our party in such a way that they can actually synergize with each other and not step on each other's toes and make it very smooth. And we're using that Blitzball Strength Sphere not once but twice. We're going to be seeing another party member utilize that strength node. I won't spoil who it is just yet, but like 4 strength is huge, and 4 strength on 2 people is even better. Like, I cannot stress enough how much each individual point of stat matters, and that will continue to be maintained throughout the run.
All right. So we had a really big sphere grid there. I also had to do something called I had to give Riku customize her weapon, so she has distill speed. That basically means that every time I attack an enemy, they will always drop speed spheres. So we're gonna need that for later on. All right. And this next fight is, in my opinion, like probably the most delicate fight in the game. Like you have to be, I mean, it's one of the most delicate fights in the game, but it's a little bit stressful when it comes to certain actions you got to do and stuff like that.
It's pretty yeah, it's pretty specific what exactly you have to do. You have to make sure that even your additional parties, aside from your carry, perform actions in the correct CTB bracket. So essentially what I mean by that is each action carries a sort of weight to it. We're going to have at the top of the chain be like switching weapons, which is the best thing a party member can do if it wants to secure another turn for them or a party member switching in. And on the lower end, you have most overdrives, and you're going to have like strong spells and stuff, where if you take a turn, then even though your speed stat may be high, it takes into calculation the CTB damage that your move takes. Are you going to let this rock?
Yep.
I knew you were bad news the first time we met.
Oh, my
I
sincerest
love he says
apologies.
that.
Seymour!
There we go.
And what that did right there is give Titus yet another tremendous strength boost, which persists throughout the battle. So now he's going to be hitting like a truck. And like I cannot overstate, like 4,000?
Yeah,
That is
he was doing
so
like
much.
he was doing straight up just like 300 before. Now he's doing like 4,000.
Yeah, he's grown up so fast. He had to do 4 cheers to get like 500 on Extractor. And now he's just hitting like monstrous damage.
Yep.
And now Anima's being summoned, and this part is also just as delicate as the Seymour part because we need to make sure that Auron has defended and swapped his weapon at some point because what can happen here is Anima's going to pick at random one of these 3 to target, and we do not under any circumstance want that to be Titus. We lose the strength boost, we lose the haste, GG pretty much. It's really hard to recover, and this attack, Pain, insta-kills no matter what. So we got Kimari, which is pretty solid. He actually survived. That's so rare.
Oh
That's
my God.
really rare. What? He
What?
survived? You have 3 members? That's actually kind of bad.
That is really bad. Let's see here.
So yeah, we're going to start with a steal right here, and
I guess.
what are you going to do here? Oh, use on himself.
Use what?
Kimari. Search Kimari, use on himself. Use like a lightning marble or
Oh yeah,
something.
yeah, right. Well, no, it's. What? I don't want him to die though.
Yeah, you do.
I do. Oh.
Yeah. You used it on Anima. You're using it on himself.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. You can still recover.
This sucks. Yeah. It's, sorry. This is out of nowhere. I cannot believe. Oh, I just messed up. Oopsies. Oh. Sorry. This is confusing. I'm just gonna overdrive and just call it a day. Actually. Did I attack twice already? I didn't attack twice. I have.
You can see how much HP she
Yeah,
has.
we're fine.
Alright.
I'm like flustered right now. I'm sorry. We'll just kill Kamari, and then.
So yeah, we were.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you gotta. We were just emphasizing the importance of every party member getting experience. Kimari's done his job. He doesn't need any more.
I can't even explain how wild that was just to watch.
Like,
I can't believe that.
That is so rare that he survives. I have no idea what the quirk is with that. It's actually, yeah, it's status infliction, like rounding error. It's like supposed to inflict the status every time, but it just missed. And we do not want 3 party members alive here because Multi-Thundara targets 2 people only. So just like Pain, if it targets the wrong person, then yeah, you're not doing well.
And we kind of need Riku's overdrive again.
Yeah.
It's very, very strong.
Yeah, we needed to
Okay,
target Riku.
I have not seen that in so long.
It dodged status effect.
I cannot believe that. Like that. I've done like so many runs this game. That's probably happened to me like one time ever. And it happened here, of course. I just can't even believe what I just watched.
What?
That's ridiculous. Okay, well, anyways, I know you guys didn't like the music from the trial. And now we have different music. No more, the regular Quiz music.
Yeah,
So,
this one's gimmick is sliding. There's a couple of icicles that appear and disappear, or like structure of the area that will manifest if you have the spheres placed in them. Thankfully, we're not doing the destruction sphere method of this. Every cloister has like an additional challenge you can do within them to score an extra item, and this one basically requires you to do the entire trial twice. So that's really slow. So we're just gonna take the optimal path here and get out. Just like a split.
We're chilling, like figuratively.
I can't believe that happened.
I'm still thinking about that random.
What's weird too is that's not the last instance where this can happen. Just in a different way.
Yeah, I was like overthinking it. I was like, oh no, like Anima's about to attack me, and I'm like, wait, that's not even. I thought because I thought it was phase 1 still. You know what I mean? I just messed up. I'm still thinking about that fight. I'm so sorry. I'm like super just out of it right now. Like the odds of that happening are like less than 1% chance. By the way, that's how insane that was. And yeah, the fight was actually technically slightly slower, but I made it long because I was like, wait, Anima's about to kill me because there's 3 people in the party.
Right.
But it's because like normally when there's 3 people in the party in a fight, it's like, oh, Anima's about to attack. but it was.
I know, right? Yeah, it messes with you. It's
Yeah.
just like that's so like hard to prepare for.
It's like it's funny because we got so many ambushes already, like earlier, and we got that. Like this is like a perfect run right now.
Yeah, this run's insane.
Okay, and then now we have the next part, which is skill. And if I mess up this game could crash.
So yeah, if you were familiar with the area right outside of this temple, we have to backtrack. We have to go through the valley or like the gorge area that we bypassed earlier. There was like a cutscene. By the way, we're under like religious persecution right now. It's like some really heavy stuff going on. We basically found out that Seymour is basically a traitor. He killed his father. He's up to no good, and we're getting exiled because of it, because they all believe in the cause. And yeah, so this windy path, Vermillion's eyes are glued to the map, because the map gives you the best feedback on what area you're allowed to travel through and what area is bumpy, like which area is like you're running into an invisible wall. This guy that's pursuing him is gonna try and catch up to him, but you actually look barely making it. Very nice, very nice.
Oh my God.
Okay, so that guy, if he catches up to you, gets you in an encounter, but like he said, he can crash the game if that happens, and it's just overall very slow. So it's really not ideal to
Get out of the way.
yeah, you
Yeah,
want to
that's
get
how
out of
I
the
feel.
way,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah, very nice that he managed to pull that off. He might be getting another encounter here.
Definitely, yeah.
And we're getting up to our next boss, which is Wendigo. And Wendigo is also a tough
won't go so
boss
easy on you
that's
next time.
kind of unlike Seymour and Anima. Okay, I was just about to say, like, they're not very random, but like, bro, that miss on the status effect is just like something you don't even account for. We're gonna go ahead and haste Titus. This boss is very fickle. We abuse Sonic Steel to start first, but we need damage, so we're swapping to Brotherhood. It's attacking that Guado so it inflicts shell and doesn't help out the boss throughout. Light Curtain on Titus takes half damage from this barrier, and now we got Berserk up. Berserk's gonna one-shot everybody in the party except for Titus. Very nice dodge. That's exactly what you want to see. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and steal from this guy so he doesn't heal the boss. And then we need to get some XP rolling, so we're gonna get Yuna in here. It's a little dangerous because, like, the combination of Blizzara, ooh, very nice. Combination of Blizzara and, ooh, good. I keep getting interrupted, it's so nice. The combination of Blizzara and a Wendigo attack takes out Titus, so, like, that's not super rare. It's like a, you know, 1 in 9 in, no, even rarer than that, right? Because it has to pick the ice move. All dodges. You love to see that. That's amazing.
that's
you don't have
so
to spend
good.
turns reviving people. It's got maximum
I
experience.
should bar her out.
Not a huge deal.
I'll just revive her. Call it a day.
Just gonna make sure Lulu's AP is consistent. It doesn't have to be this high. And we're just taunting this Guado by reviving her twice. I'm sure he doesn't appreciate that. But yeah, that was like amazing.
That
like,
was a really good fight.
Holy
but
moly.
I had that hiccup at the end.
just popping off.
With the confetti with the sounds.
Yeah, we didn't want to take out that Guado first because it it adds its own barrier to Wendigo, which makes her take half damage, and that means we're doing it half as fast. And yeah, we blew the overdrive to, or actually we would have. We actually didn't need to because you got what, 2 crits?
Yeah,
God, that totally made up for it.
Yeah, we didn't even overdrive.
Man, yeah, you would usually overdrive there in place of one of those crits. So we're gonna go ahead and swap to Sonic Steel for earlier. We're just burning turns because we're waiting for Lulu to show up and we can actually flee this fight. So yeah, that went pretty nice. We can go ahead and flee now. And now that we've arrived in Beaconell Desert, Yuna's not in the party. Yuna's been kidnapped again, and we have to go on our own pilgrimage to find her. And yeah, pretty much stranded on this island looking for all our party members.
Kimari having fun over there.
Kimari is definitely having a struggle. There's a couple little factors to this desert. Since we got this on its own, we can just pick up a consistent couple of smoke bombs right there.
Actually, let's see. Oh, nice.
Oh, cool. Hit a 50-50. Wow. Novel concept.
That never
How
happens.
can a bird grow so big?
I
won't
wonder.
Go so easy on you next
I
time.
love Titus's voice lines in these fights.
You got 3 silence grenades from Anima, so now you're cooking with.
I'm cooking, yeah.
Yeah, 3 silence grenades, 3 smoke bombs. They're all tier 2 explosives, which are perfect for Gauntlet coming up. So yeah, you don't have to worry about
So easy on you next time.
throwables anymore in this desert, which we would normally farm the dog encounters and the bird encounters for smoke and silence grenades respectively. But now we can just cruise along with 6 smoke bombs and 3 silence grenades. Doesn't so much matter which are which. Like, it's nice to have silence grenades.
Silence grenades are slightly better because you need it for a certain fight if things are not in your
So easy
favor.
on you next time.
Even then, it's not the biggest problem if you don't have
Right.
any.
And if you get sleeping powder, it's basically a consolation for having to get extra steals. That's not like so beneficial that you go out of your way for.
Exactly.
Yeah, this crew would be ideal for
Live and let live.
throwing a grenade for their drops, and because Vermillion picked up S Claw for Riku, he doesn't have to worry about farming these enemies for speed spheres because all he has to do is have Riku attack an enemy and it will force their drop to become speed spheres over whatever it was prior.
Yep. And look at ambush, we don't care about it.
I'll be right back.
Okay, there is an ambush coming up at this next area, not this current desert area. It does matter. If
Oh
we get
yeah,
one.
I didn't factor that.
Two of them
one.
actually. Two of them.
Mention that. Oh man.
It's like we will probably die if that happens. But
Probably die. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like you
It's-
can't really do much.
Even if Titus goes
I'll be
first,
right
he
back.
needs help.
Yeah. If I die twice in this run, it's just that's how it be sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just the rite of passage
I'll be
of
right
FF10
back.
speedrunning. Dying to Thunder Plains or dying to this next area home. But yeah, just chilling, just running along.
Yeah, aside from everything based on drops in a AP or whatever you might
be
need
right back.
coming into this area, Riku, or no, what's it called? You could, or the best encounter here is Cactuar, and it's like instant runaway, but we're gonna have a fixed encounter coming up. 2 of them, one of them we're gonna attempt to skip, one of them is definitely necessary for the route.
Yeah, it's the most hype fight as well.
Next time.
If you've
It's
never
a-
seen it before, you guys are gonna love it. I
It's a
promise.
really cool fight, and the reward is just as good. Hiding in here are return spheres, and we'll go into why they're so important in a section coming up. And now Orin learned a second overdrive from the Macalania section. Swing away, King.
There you go. It looks funny every single time I see it. and it's funny because if we didn't do that, that fight's really hard actually.
That fight is stupid. That dude inflicts confuse on you. He's
Yeah.
like, you have to either petrify him, or if you don't have that, good luck. That dude has armor, so even though Tidou is extremely strong right now, it doesn't matter because he's only doing like a percentage of his his potential damage. It's trash. So this is Sandragora Skip. That same enemy is guarding the next area. Actually, really nice to get an encounter beforehand,
Live and let live.
so that he doesn't have to worry about it messing up his setup. You can hang him right here and have Riku attempt to push him through the trigger. Oh, very nice.
Barely.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that fight, you really want to skip it. You want to hang on to Kamari's Stone Breath, which is, only the practical method of defeating that enemy. So, okay. So we got 3 chances for an ambush that could be detrimental. We've dodged the first one.
This should be quick.
And funny enough, preemptives are also not ideal.
Yeah, they're really slow.
We like our turn order the way it is so that our party members don't get a turn, because what preemptive does is it basically forces your whole party to have first strike. So Titus takes priority purely because of speed, and then his party members have to go before the enemies anyway, so that means they're going to get more turns. We don't want them to get more turns.
All right, 2 more chances.
And this one,
This one's kind of scary, but not.
yeah, this
that.
one's not as bad as the last one, but it's really bad. Okay, great.
Okay, nice.
Okay, 2 for 2.
And this is the part of the run that matters when we say it's random, straight up.
Bam. Like, they are insta-killed, but at the same time, when you're tracking and you have to make sure the drops line up, if the drops don't line up, you have to know exactly what drop you got. Like, you need to know if it was 0 to 2 equipment based on your seed.
And no ambush.
Oh, no ambush.
Nice.
Perfect. Perfect. No preemptives, no ambushes. And Lulu got experience on when to go, so you're all caught up there.
Yeah, this is a really good section.
Yeah, and we're abusing the heck out of getting full overdrive. We're only lance-hitting these guys for the overdrive. We don't care about the abilities.
We don't care.
Just the insta-kills.
We do not care. We're like, Aqua Breath? Who cares?
Yeah.
We're never using that.
Okay.
Alright. So that section's very, very good, thankfully. We have a lot of throwables as well. Our spheres, speed spheres are kind of low, but we should be fine here. Let's see. Riku for Lulu. Good. 2 more things to pick up here. This guy's voice line's so funny.
It's just
Alright.
constant and all over the emotional reveal scene as well.
Yeah, it's a very emotional scene, but you just hear him say that over and over again. It's a very emotional scene, like even like 2 Zerika plays and everything. Everyone's sad.
Yeah, basically the ball drops and you, the player, probably learned right before Tidou does that the whole idea of this pilgrimage is to basically summon an Aeon so strong that it will kill Sin, but also end up killing you, which, you know, everyone likes Yuna for some reason, so they want to keep her alive at all costs. So, basically, we had to reason with Sid, the captain of the ship, and also Yuna's uncle, that we have every intention of rescuing her and not having her commit the final summoning. Yep. So,
and then this next fight right here is very precise. Probably the most precise fight in the game.
Yeah, and unlike other fights, the autosave here actually can kill you if you weren't prepared already. But I'm sure he's prepared. We just okay. So we got the good turn order here. There's 2 turn orders that you have to prepare for. The one where Titus goes twice in a row is the bad one. This one, now Riku gets to go, so he didn't have to stall at all. Because if Titus gets too many turns, then it'll hit the enemy too soon. Because we are right there, we just used an amazing mix. Miracle Drink makes everyone in the party always crit. Critting every single time is amazing. It basically doubles our damage output, doing so much damage to this boss. We can't use Brotherhood because this boss absorbs water, and that's one of its properties.
That's
so
annoying.
Okay, so we got the pretty bad luck with the targeting right there, but we're at least scoring Water Gem. Yeah, this fight is super scary because it casts haste, and it's gonna, you know, charge up its Poison Breath, and we're gonna get the fight over with in the nick of time so that it's not able to wipe your party. You cannot handle Poison Breath at all. Bam.
You need a big setup to survive.
Oh yeah, you need extra HP, and you need a Lunar Curtain, which, you know, that's done in Blitz Lost, so that's another one of the complications. Okay, that was hype. I don't get to see that screen ever.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get the party in shape. We're still looking for speed spheres, so normally Riku would be defending during these fights. Are set in stone from how Vermillion's prepared with all the throwables he was able to obtain early, and he can basically, these fights are consistent. Basically, the only thing that can happen is like these guys just bully one party member in particular and
it's very whack.
Kill someone, but we're doing fine. So yeah, in this strategy with Vermilion specific setup, we're gonna have Kimari abuse Titus's first strike, coming with a smoke bomb. We're gonna go ahead and swap Titus back because we can't take out the robot without another attack. Okay, cool, gratuitous crit. Love to see that.
Nice
and
crit, that's useless.
These guys die in 2 grenades, so yeah, we're gonna basically repeat those 2 fights twice, and then ending fight that's a little different, but it's 100% consistent that you're gonna at least make it through the fights.
Oh no.
You want 2 of these?
Oh.
It's fine. Yeah, no, go for it. No, I'm saying no, not that.
No.
Like hit both.
Oh yeah, wait.
Hit 2. Because you are pretty low. I lost track after you started
I'm
S
good.
stealing.
Yeah, I'm good.
Or S.
I just hasted it because I wanted 2 attacks.
Yeah.
We'll be fine guys from this. Once Titus kills the middle guy, it's all we care about here. Nice. Then we'll kill Titus.
Barely live.
Yeah. That was very risky. I don't know why I did that.
Yep.
Yeah.
The idea was there, and at least we're getting out fine.
Yeah, it's because I needed 1 extra speed sphere. So it was kind of I was kind of confused. I was like, I kind of don't want to save this for later, but
Yeah, might have been like a little better to like hit that guy early and then just take an extra defend with Titus.
yeah,
but
it's fine.
it's no harm.
Thankfully, we got all these smoke bombs.
2 7-Eleven rolls, love that.
Did I actually?
2 of them. Okay.
Ah, I messed up actually. Whatever. I assumed I was on Riku. Yeah, it's fine though.
Yeah, just have to swap her in real quick.
Yeah,
And yeah, this last fight, gonna be hasting Riku again, and have her carry us through the first part because there's 2 dudes up front and a robot in back. Like, we would love to be able to hit that guy and just take it like the other robot fight, but we can't reach him. So Riku's gonna take out the dudes in front by taking 2 turns in a row, and no one gets to fight. So we get to get there before the enemy does, and yeah, 1 more attack from Titus, and get an additional speed sphere. Yeah, we're
that makes us so
definitely
good on speed spheres, yeah.
good.
A little scary, but we're good. Yeah, I kind of
Had to shake it up and make it interesting.
Yeah, you're right. I was like, I kind of need 1 more speed sphere because the turn order kind of messed me up. We get the bad turn order twice, which is technically faster, but it's less speed spheres.
Right.
And I didn't want to do it on a fish because it's too lazy to. Alright, now we have the most infamous part of the game, which is really bad. It's called Bavel Trials.
So before we've been pushing pedestals, we've been like walking around. Mostly walking around.
Yeah.
This one, you do anything but that.
Yeah.
You're on an auto scroller, and like
The same song's playing.
It's
over
totally
and over again.
confusing to like newer players. Like, when am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go?
Yes.
You're on rails, and you need to hit left and right turns coming up at these junctions.
It's so bad.
At first, it's random, like what part of the cycle you hit, and yeah, we need to hit a left first. So we have like a somewhat generous window to hit it, and you can also like hit it mad early, but
Yeah, it just feels gross when you learn
bad.
it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else to read? Because I don't want to think about this section right now.
There's not, unfortunately. We like to encourage you guys to
Wait, haven't you
please.
finished yet?
Yeah, I read that in the other trial.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We want to encourage you guys to support Urban
yeah,
Arts. Is a very
so please support this stream because I know we're just we don't like to support Bavel Trials. Okay, Bavel is
do not support this. Support Urban Arts because everybody needs chance, and like we've got a bunch of cash still yet to get. A bunch of cash made, but a bunch of cash still yet to get. So yeah, the more we get, the more things we can meet, and the more lives we can change. So
we have this is like the perfect time to just like relax and be like, I'm kind of happy about this section of the part of the run when it comes to some categories, because you actually need to chill. You need to be able to like math stuff out when you're doing 80%.
Yeah, it helps when you need to track, because especially in that part earlier that made it super complicated when we had to make our drops line up with the enemies death order being random. Actually, he's doing the little trick by delaying the left turn so that he can hit a cycle coming up, because this one moves so quickly that you can't like time it. You have to he could only go right here.
Yeah,
Like,
it's very precise.
If he went early, then he would only go straight, and that's, you don't need to go there that early. But anyway, yeah, when you're tracking, you can get everything sorted out, and when you're running in, even in true RNG, you can get like your nerves sorted out if you're in like a really hot pace, because do this enough times, it's just bread and butter. But when you're learning it, it's horrible because you got to learn the little ins and outs, and it's just boring, and it's very punishing to do it wrong. And if you do it wrong, you get what's called the ride of shame.
The ride of shame. It's where you see Titus's face. I mean, Tina's face. Riding up that elevator.
Right here, you get you get a full look at that mug, and it's not pretty.
It's sad to see, honestly. I don't like seeing it. All right, but yeah, this whole trial. If you know the solution, it's probably one of the most frustrating. Actually, I'll be honest. It's probably the most frustrating part of the game, I would say, because it's just, what do I do? What am I supposed to do? Okay, we're gonna grab this destruction sphere. The only destruction sphere that's necessary for this whole entire run that we have to do. Thankfully, we don't have to do it again. And yeah, this whole section though, right here, we're gonna do a really cool trick here. I'm literally just gonna hold A, and by holding A here, it lets me get to this next stop, like on time perfectly. Actually, it's really cool. Watch me not get it. There we go. Like just like that. And then I heard you guys like that song, you know, the Closer to Trial song. So we're gonna listen to it for like 8 minutes straight, literally just full 8 minutes, non-stop. It's great.
Oh, you're right. Actually, I didn't read that. It started out the same way. I didn't actually. Yeah, I didn't pick up on that. Okay, because there's like the monitors blocking the dono, like the donor, so I couldn't see that. So we got $10 from second place. Thank you so much, my man. Shout outs to him because he's a FF10 runner as well. Been friends for a long time. Shout out to the homies Vermin and Bud, two of the best peeps I've met on Twitch. Good luck on the run, C's, which is an amazing emote. Yeah.
Did he say that good luck before or after Thunder Plains? That's the real question.
Before. Right before. I think. Right before.
It's
oh my
god.
Thanks for that. Yeah, so sorry it took so long to get to that.
The Thunder Plains section though, we needed his second's blessing. That's the thing. Alright. No, that's funny though. So we got through the whole entire Bevel trial. This section's very long. Thankfully, we don't have any more trials for us. Oh, wait, I'm just kidding. We have one more trial.
It's not going to be as bad?
It's just so long. That's the thing with the next one. But we're about to get some more hype parts of the run. Like, these sections are here to break up the non-stop action we've been kind of going through the whole run, honestly. Because it's just like non-stop like battles and battles and battles and over again, so. Luckily we're able to just get through that. Alright, and then this is the one destruction sphere we get for free as guaranteed. An HP sphere.
And we are getting the man.
Yeah, we're gonna do this for my friend, what's it called? Second place. He loves his name. We're gonna name him Bahamut to Baja. We want to name him Baja Blast, but instead we're gonna name him Baja Black because it's that's the closest thing we got.
Yeah, so. Maybe he won't kill me after this run for naming him that.
Baja Black.
Alright, we got control of Yuna here. This is gonna be the last ambush that actually matters.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, coming up. But first, we have a very long, very satisfying grid.
Yes, it's very long.
With a beautiful music accompaniment coming up. So, Aaron is done, like, contributing his actual skills in combat, and we're gonna be basically feeding off his amazing sphere grid. And what we're gonna do is light up this magic node. And first, we're gonna take Yuna through this level 4 door to pick up.
We're gonna give her some really questionable stats. That's all.
Yeah, our healer, white mage, summoner support needs strength. We're gonna get 6 strength here. She's gonna bonk people really hard with her wand, for sure. And now we grabbed teleport spheres from the Sandragora encounter earlier, and those are amazing. You can teleport to any lit up node from one of your allies. So now, without any work at all, Yuna's in this amazing area of the grid. She's gonna get so many stats, and each and every one of these stats matter. We're gonna be seeing the benefits from HP and strength the most, but and speed actually. HP, speed, then, or no, strength, speed, then HP, I'd say is the order of importance here, because we need to hit some really crucial outspeeds. We need to be tanky. We need to dish out damage because we picked up the lad, and we need to get him super strong.
Yeah, we picked up Baja Blat, and you're kind of just like wondering, so why am I giving Yuna all these stats? Like, she's not that strong, right? Like, was she gonna like whack everyone? No, we're kind of just doing this for Bahamut's sake, because Bahamut is a very, very, very good Aeon. Basically just scales really hard with all these stats we're giving them.
Yeah, all the strength Yuna gets, each strength is 1 strength for Bahamut. Every 7 of the additional stats we get is 1 strength. So on top of making him tanky,
I hate this.
Let's go.
I knew he was gonna say it.
He said it.
On top of being tanky and adding like damage here and there, like all those stats really culminate to make him truly busted.
Yeah, and then the big thing as well is that he just has inherent break damage limit, so just can do more than 9999.
Yeah, because we're gonna see Ixion see the fruits of our labor a little early by attacking this dude. Okay, so not quite hitting quad 9s. We're gonna see numbers higher than that coming up soon. But yeah, even Ixion gets a lot of benefits from the sphere grid. That was kind of early. You could maybe eke it out without another encounter, but it's probably 3.
Like here, we usually get 3 larvas. It's kind of normal. If you get 2 larvas, this runs a little bit faster. But it doesn't really matter that much because we need 4 encounters total. But summoning Ixion's a little slow, and you get less EXP than later on. So yeah, we're probably gonna get another third one here. Probably. So yeah.
Shiva's also acceptable for this job, but the problem is her summoning animation is very slow.
Very, very slow.
And I mean, we're gonna have to summon Ixion anyway. It's pretty whatever.
Yeah. All right, and now we have Pokemon. So we're fighting this guy named what's his name?
His name starts with that I, right?
Isaru. Yeah, so he's also a summoner, and he's using Ifrit against us.
That will be his biggest mistake.
Yeah, he's like, I got these Aeons. You know, I can mess with you, but we haven't even summoned Baja Blat yet, who could be broken.
Maybe.
Yeah, we were kind of singing Baja Blat's like praises. We're like, okay, well, Baja Blat's pretty strong and all that stuff, but how strong are they really? Because we saw Ixion doing 4,000 damage. You know,
maybe you'll get close to quad 9.
Yeah, maybe. Well, we got 13,000.
13,000 clean hit, 1 hit overkill every time.
Yeah, we're not even close to this to the max potential either. You haven't even seen his final form. Like.
Yeah.
So then it starts like, okay, that didn't work. So obviously I'm gonna summon a better summon here, a better Aeon.
Yeah, he's farmed more stats into this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Valfor's got this.
Yeah, I just know that the names of these Aeons are different, but I forgot what they were. They're pretty cool though. So let's see what we got here. It's called Pizzeria? I don't know. Something like that. Alright, so Isaru is like, wow. I just lost twice. Wait, you were using Bahamut. So, you know what I'll do? I'll summon Bahamut. That means I win, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you can't summon the same Aeon against another. So,
yeah, so
like,
I'm stealing your main, you know? There's no mirror matches here. This ain't no fighting game.
you're out of options, but are you out of business?
That's exactly. So we're gonna have to see if we can do anything. So fun fact about this Bahamut only has one move.
I cannot.
And the one move is what's it called?
Mega Flare.
Mega Flare. And it has to charge Mega Flare. So you know what we do to stop Mega Flare? We're just gonna kill it as soon as possible. So we're doing enough damage. So usually you would not have that much damage. So getting to past Bahamut's health bar is kind of hard. But luckily we kind of just do like 5,000 over every single time. And just like that, he's down.
Yeah, he understands that the Aeon is strong, but he doesn't understand how to use it. So
Yeah.
he gets really punished
It's
for
like
it.
someone picking a top tier in a fighting game when they have no idea how to play the game.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I lost because of my character, but it wasn't actually the character; it was you. So yeah, now we're swimming. Just stuff's happening. In the
Okay,
game.
yeah. So at this point, everyone's been caught after getting Baja Blat. They were cornered and taken to prison, basically left in these catacombs to die forever. But like they could have just like killed them up front, but they left them to drown and starve to death or whatever, which is kind of whack and is going to end up being their biggest mistake. So yeah, everyone's split up again. You could have met like Lulu and Kimari down in the area where Yuna was at, but we're not gonna.
Yeah, this is also the hardest boss fight in the game. I actually wait. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Yeah, this guy has zombie, or rather, this girl has zombie.
Yeah. It's funny though, because like these Phoenix are doing so much damage, but they're immune to death, so we can't instantly one-shot them.
But it does a ton of damage either way. So either Phoenix down or Elixir, same deal. It's gonna do a ton of damage, kill it 2 turns. But yeah, the party split up, and
Yeah, you can see your party members earlier, but like, why would we do that?
yeah,
still?
why would you do that? They'll get out fine, I'm sure.
So this whole section is like for us to run away from every Altana, the boss we just fought, if you broke the chains and stuff. But like we already beat them, so
Yeah.
now we're kind of just swimming.
It's kind of just like a knowledge check. It's
Yeah.
like, do you know what zombie is? Do you know that it has zombie?
Yeah. All right, so yeah, we got swimming. We're just swimming. We only need to kill one encounter in this next area. We're also about to see more gridding, where we see more questionable unistats, aka just Bahamut stats, honestly. So it's funny though, because before the Bahamut route, we would actually abuse Riku's overdrive a lot more. Like it's already broken, but we have to use something called the Trio 9999 that basically made it so all of our moves did 9999 damage. But now we have Bahamut, we don't care about that. So we're gonna use a teleport sphere. We're gonna immediately go to Titus's grid, and look at that. We have the strength sphere. We went from Blitzball, and we get all these other stuff. It's great.
It's so much value having 8 strength from 1 reward, essentially.
Yep.
And yeah,
Then we get this grid right here.
yeah, it's amazing. Like 2 back-to-back insanely. I'd honestly argue 3 back-to-back insane grids, or like areas of the sphere grid. She starts with the full life, 6 strength, goes to Arin, busted, goes to Titus. This dude's been carrying the whole game, so if she can get the nodes that he's been carrying with, she'll be even stronger. Ambush, unlucky, but he has ample time to score another encounter.
I saw Titus's HP, by the way. It's 555. I don't know why it's funny. Okay, it's a little scary actually. Okay. As long as we don't get a third one.
You just do for another double ambush.
Yeah, it would just be annoying. We got double ambush again. 3rd time in this run. There's no way. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, this one's perfect. I guess. Well, you have to run,
Yeah, this
but
one's a little
whatever.
slow. I'm about to see funny bonk move. There you go. Funny noise. Yuna's a little strong.
Live and let live.
And now this next boss fight, kind of hard actually, if we were playing normally. kind of difficult. Seymour Natus, little scary. So we're gonna do first. We're gonna attack with types. We get the bad turn order, so he's gonna do a move. Crit does nothing. And then we're gonna summon Baja Blatt. So earlier we saw it do like 13,000, okay? This boss has about 35,000 HP, something like 30,000 HP. Let's see how much damage we can do with Bahamut in one attack. 34,833. Nice. Literally just tripled our damage in the span of like one sphere grid.
That's how amazing winning Blitzball is, and also just the grid that Titus was blessed with. Like,
Yeah.
it's so insane. He can just like detour from his default one to this other one that just has all those wonderful things to have access to, and it's not even done benefiting from that grid either.
Yep.
Yeah, all caught up on AP, all caught up on spheres, AP on everybody. Yeah, everyone's looking in tip-top shape. So we're going to be going through this area and getting one additional thing to round out our arsenal, which is a fire gem. We were only able to steal one water gem from Evray, and we're going to need
My will is strong.
2 total for a boss fight just after this area.
Technically not needed, but like necessary. I mean, not necessary, but like,
Not needed, but necessary.
Not necessary, but
that's how I
needed.
like to see it too.
Like you could technically do it without it, but like, you know, that's not happening. So we can basically grade these encounters because there's so many encounters left here. We want an encounter where the dog does not outspeed us. It was gonna outspeed us.
Or an ambush.
Another ambush.
This game keeps finding ways to make ambushes slightly annoying.
Yeah, it's like, come on, this is the perfect encounter. Just an ambush, though, so I can't. Get a nice, calm walk. See it? Nice. Okay.
Of course you get that rare steal.
That's
Nice.
That's
awesome.
hilarious. So we got the rare steal, which would be better if we didn't steal one from Evray, but it's fine. We save like one input because we don't have to use 2 different gems. That's about it. It's a nice calm
Yeah,
walk.
I suppose you could still do that.
I like how the comments is so calm, but there's like just enemies out here to just kill you. You know what I mean? It's pretty funny. But yeah, just a nice calm walk to Mount Gagazette.
At this part of the run in any percent, this would be your home stretch essentially.
Yeah.
You need to make sure everything's in order because the big selling point to that run is getting what's called no encounter armor. And
What should I do?
as the name suggests, you don't get encounters when you wear the armor, which sounds unbelievably amazing because like you've seen how long it takes to escape from one, you've seen how many this can throw at you, and we're getting into areas right after this one where the encounter rate is just absurd. So if you were to skip every encounter, you would save so much time.
Yes, it saves about like 10 minutes basically.
It's so crazy.
Yes,
and
but
like,
it's such a rare drop.
it's so rare. So the community deemed it uncompetitive for this category to consider it legal. So it's exclusive to the any percent categories.
It's actually just banned this category.
Yeah,
so
it's just banned in anything true RNG. So we don't have to try and hit that really rare drop because that's how
categories die.
yeah, that's how the category got killed.
Yeah, straight up, like before tracking was found, the best winner of the time, Karakarn.
Yeah,
he
Karakarn.
just found the armor on the second encounter. And that's like 9 hours in plus.
He was grinding it out. 9 hour run, 9 hour run, 9 hour run, just
Yeah.
getting nothing, and
just
then
trying to get that.
the
once.
miracle happened.
And it happened, and then that basically just killed the category. And we're like,
Yeah.
you know what? That's kind of whack.
That'll repeat itself. Just like Bahamut just totally destroying people will also repeat itself.
Exactly. So yeah, this is basically the home stretch section of the game. When we get to the comments, I consider it end game section because it's when we get to like the really like we need to make sure Bahamut's strong. Also, that 1+4 strength added so much damage. I don't think you guys understand. Without that +4 strength we just got, that fight would not be possible, and we would actually die every single time.
Yeah.
All right, so coming up, we actually have a very fun boss fight, but it's mainly because of the drop.
Oh yeah, very fun.
Yeah. So could you explain how this drop works
Oh
and what we're
yeah,
looking for?
totally. So this boss, it's RNG whether or not it's friendly to us. Basically, we're gonna have Kimari solo dolo against these two Bronzos, and they scale based on his stats at the time. So Kimari being pathetic actually works out really well because that means these guys don't take a million damage and they don't dish out any as well. So we're gonna go ahead and steal. Really important that we get this key sphere. It's pivotal for the rest of the run, and then we're going to just spam gems on them until they're dead. We're going to overkill them, so they're going to drop 2 of each of their spheres. They're either going to drop return spheres or friend spheres. We've been talking about 1 in 8 steals, 1 in 8 drops. If there's any 1 in 8 to hit, it's this one right here.
We really want to see friend spheres, so if there's friends in chat, friends anywhere, please show up because we save a minute straight up.
We need you friends.
We need friends here.
We need new friends.
It's 25% chance. It's 4 return spheres. There are no friends here tonight. That's the very common drop, 75% chance around to get that. That's just how it be.
I mean, yeah, it's like 2 chances at a 1 in 8. It's like not great odds. It's just like at top level, if you're running 4 returns, it's gonna be rough.
It's just how it is.
But yeah, for a marathon, both are totally safe, and they just both come with their own routing differences. And yeah, overall, 4 returns is significantly slower, and we're gonna have to be taking some extra precautions to make sure we can get through endgame unscathed. The first difference being right here, we would normally use a return sphere to get Titus back to armor break. Armor break is going to ensure that we can get through the end of the game. It's a very strong status effect that, similar to how piercing armored enemies require piercing to do full damage, it's essentially like if we were doing double damage because it's like they have even less armor. So doing double damage on top of Baja Blat's insane stats is just insanity. And we're gonna be the damage is gonna be unfounded. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna be great. And then we're using 2 additional return spheres for equipment rather than gridding, because it also puts the first strike property onto our party members' weapons, and the most important party members to have them on are Yuna, obviously, because she's a carry.
But the funny one is Orin.
Orin.
So you're like wondering why we just gave Orin first strike? Literally, I'm not even joking you. It's for the final fight of the game. That is literally the only reason why.
It's because the game forces you to have Orin in the party.
Literally, that's it.
That's why.
The game forces you to have Orin in the party, and luckily he goes last, so we can abuse that. It's pretty hard. It's really funny, but like that's the only reason why. If he wasn't in that party, we would have first strike whoever's last person in the party is.
Yeah.
But like Titus and Unit, they always have first strike, so yeah.
Yeah, it'll be somewhat helpful in case we're like desperate for a backup on a Seymour fight. Not this Seymour fight. We're gonna be this Seymour fight has tormented a lot of players. Like this is a huge spike in difficulty.
Yeah, you're like, wait, what?
He's throwing like the kitchen sink at you. He's got statuses. He's got insane moves that hit every party member. He's got combos. He's got it all. Like
he has everything.
He one hits all your Aeons. It's ridiculous.
You can't even abuse Aeon. So like, how are we gonna do that? Well, we are gonna abuse that still. But if we had 4 friend spheres or 2 friend spheres, this would be a lot better. However, we're just gonna have to make do with what we have. And we also need to give Riku overdrive, not for this fight. We could use it for this fight, but there's no reason to. We need it for the end of the game, actually. Funny enough. And Riku's pretty close to overdrive because of that one encounter we had earlier, the flamethrower. This is the best encounter we can possibly get here.
Yeah, as you can see, the rate of encounters is just like absurd. Like it's crazy. Like having no encounter armor would just be wild. But yeah, we're gonna have to tough it out, and it doesn't get much better than this in terms of how often we get encounters.
Getting a really fast encounter like that, just to be able to get Riku her overdrive, is very helpful. It's really it's blessed. It's part of the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, the encounter in this variation is ridiculous. The beginning notes of the Final Fantasy X battle theme are like just burned into my mind.
Since Vermillion has silence grenades, he is able to take this. Actually, did you have any left over?
I have 3 silence grenades.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can take this fight and have the overdrive for later, or you can just spend it now.
I could do either, but it's like you save like not enough time.
Yeah, you might as well save it.
Yeah, I always save it. This is no reason to like get it later. I don't know, because you can miss runs and stuff like that. It's just not worth it. The game just trolls you. You think you're done with the area, but you're not even close to done.
Alright, now we have our party set up to Yuna in the party, and we have all our first strike dudes in. This one's going to be a bit surgical. We're going to hope for a crit somewhere. A crit first would be amazing, but that's very far from likely. Yeah, either like Yuna getting a crit or her next attack. So we're just having her, like, she might as well get an attack in while setting up for the rest of the fight, because Baja Black is very strong. He is like insane, but since we didn't get our ideal drop. Yeah, we didn't get our ideal drop to like really turn him into a menace.
If we get crit though, that'd be crazy.
So yeah,
this would be the most wild run at an in-person event.
Yeah,
okay, I thought I got it. Not gonna lie, because the camera angle.
The camera angle. Pretty standard stuff. He's gonna banish Baja Blat. He's not a Mountain Dew fan, and like, there's really nothing we can do.
He's not a Mountain Dew fan. He says, "I like Sprite more."
We have to take him out by hand now, which is why it's so important. Like, in the very likely occurrence that you don't get a crit, that Yuna's just going to town on this dude. And yeah, we had Kimari throw the grenade instead of Riku. It's so important that you silence him here, because it basically debilitates him until, yeah, he gets that ready to annihilate status. Like, he's still doing nothing, so he gets no turrets. And
I just love the sound effect.
Just bonks him for a 45 overkill.
Yeah, it's great. All right, so yeah, sadly, Baja Black is dead though, so we have to revive him. Thankfully, we got the save sphere right here. Now we have weird sections coming up.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back at Xanarkin. That was fun. We were at the beginning of the game again.
Tidu has close encounters with the Faith kind. They're in his head. He just passes out right there, and everyone's just kind of watching him go through this outer body experience.
Yeah.
The Faith that is contained within Bahamut like speaks to him, and it's like revealed that he was following him the whole game, because he was in the beginning of the game. He was sort of talking to Tidu in a cutscene we skipped, and he's like a recurring character within his memories and stuff. And turns out that he resides within Bahamut. Okay, thankfully these guys are slow.
That was a little scary.
Yeah, unlike two friend route, you're never on attack there. So
yeah, I was like, I'm on attack.
And sometimes you can get mixed up. No harm. Yeah, just a lot of like winning back the trust of the Ronsos was what happened right before the Ronso double battle, and yeah, getting to the end game, getting really close to Xanarkin, which was the end goal, was to get to Xanarkin where you can get the final Aeon that Leska is going to give to the party by having her sacrifice one of her friends and then herself, which is, not in our dude's repertoire.
Yeah, we're just like, wait, that's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't sound like the play. But yeah, this section has a lot of fun mini games. I know you guys like that. But like, luckily one of them is not really a mini game. It's just pick which hole, which one each person should go into. That's it.
There's a visual cue on this one. It's so strange. It's
because Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario Party. It's like you're hitting an item minigame or something. You have to hit the core of that, and the cycle is the same every time. And the visual cue will allow you to hit it consistently. Very nice. First try. If you don't hit it first try, there's like a weird strat where you can just like mash and pray, and if it doesn't work after the second one, you just kind of have to you have to skill issue it. But otherwise, yeah, that was very good.
Yeah, it's skill. It is a skill issue though, because it's actually the ball of shame. You're just like, wow, I just missed that.
But at the same time, the like weird like stuff inside it is like rotating, and sometimes it's literally impossible to hit the core, which feels pretty cheap. So hitting it first try just saves you the headache.
Yeah, there's been runs I've seen just die straight up. It's really sad to see, because like you did all the stuff. The runs we're like 2.5 hours into the run, and then you just can't get past that, and it sucks.
Yeah, I remember PBing in any percent or in CSR with losing 30 seconds there, and I was just like, I gotta do another run ASAP because I got that free 30 seconds.
Yep.
It's so free. It's just like
let me just not mess up this one minigame.
Like,
that's not
bro.
Yeah. It's funny though. Another thing too is, in my opinion, this is the worst section of the run, because at the highest level, because the variances on encounters is really high for some reason in this area. Because getting into the water is a safe zone, so if you get to the safe zone before an encounter, you just save a lot of time. You save like probably like 15 seconds each time. So it's pretty scary for make sure your movement's really good in this area, and praying.
Yeah, this area above all else will punish you. Even like it will punish you for bad movement, but it will screw you over even if your movement's perfect.
Yeah, it's
the most.
It's the area in the game, and it's so late to the game too. You really have to pray that the game is letting you do this area without getting too many encounters. All right, so we're going up to our next mini game, which is not really a mini game, like I said. It's just pick the hole. That's it. And it's supposed to be hard because you're supposed to be like, oh, that's the person's sphere grid color. That's what I'm supposed to do. But instead, it's like, I mean, you'll see what you said. It's not Wii. It's very, oh wow. A lot of ambushes. Thankfully, they don't matter.
Yeah, it's too bad we don't have live split running and we could see the ambush counter, because like I really love to see what it is.
Here we go. So it's like, that big hole looks big enough for Waka to swim in, so I think Waka goes there. And then that's it. Waka's like, wait a minute. Both these holes are covered? That's mine.
And you can only do that with 2 inputs, unfortunately.
That's actually sad to see, because it's always on Titus, and Titus, I mean, it's on Riku, and Riku's on the wrong hole. Alright, so we're done with all the stuff. We just need to get to the top of the mountain. Alright, so we're just a lot of fish there. The fish, we're not worried about fish anymore. Those fish are like strong, but like we don't care about fish.
Yeah, no.
They do give some useful spheres if you are behind though, so they are an option. But we don't
they're a last ditch effort. It's not too bad.
Okay, we missed the voice line.
Yeah, we haven't gotten any voice lines yet.
Yeah, we get to hear if Waka or Riku sees a certain encounter, they say a really bad voice line. Here. There we go.
Say, is that edible?
So we can't leave until she finishes the whole entire voice. Which is why we don't want to hear it.
Yeah, the last one we can get is like a behemoth with Waka in the party.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Okay, no, that's not behemoth.
Alright, yeah, we're coming up to the end of the cave. It's important to have our party, like, basically be this until the last possible moment, because since Yuna has gotten so many stats, she's actually faster than Tidou. So she doesn't have flee, and if she got a turn before us, it would just be really slow. This is a boss. We're using armor break for the first time because this dude takes not as much damage as we need, and now we can see the true power of true love. We got armor break.
Yeah, how much damage did we do? We did like 30,000, okay?
Yeah, 30,000. We broke his defense.
Yeah, how much damage are we going to do now?
We haven't even gridded yet since
we'll
since that Seymour encounter.
Okay, well, that's a crit, so... And the crit doesn't matter, actually. So we were going to one-shot no matter what, but that's funny. Why couldn't it give it to me the last fight?
Yeah.
It's fine. Alright, so we get the fun walk. It's very calming.
This is the part of the game where, yeah, you find Yuna's sphere that she recorded basically as a last message that she was going to, like, hand off before the final summoning does the dirty deed and takes her out. But, you know, it has, like, its emotional impact and all that. And now we get to go to the part of the game that you see on, like, the title screen.
Title screen and the beginning of the game.
Yeah, and it like comes full circle. It's like, oh, okay, that's why he was like narrating like it was in the past, because it literally was.
And he's like kind of sad.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know if we can do this, gang.
Yeah.
And they like put their weapons there, and it's iconic and all that. And the song plays. It's great. So
Always
yeah.
hits the section.
Sometimes depending on how you're approaching this, there is an enemy coming up that some runners would farm for overdrive. We don't have to worry about that whatsoever because Riku's maxed out. Riku is just gonna be our ace in the hole. She's either gonna save us time, more like going even on the final boss, or be our ace in the hole in case of like 2 in 1 run.
like less than 1% chance.
Yeah, less than 1%.
Where it's just like, oh, well.
The first one being that status infliction failure on Anima.
Another status infliction.
Like, what in the world? So, yeah, we have her as a backup plan. We picked up a Fortune Sphere. That's for a purely consistent strat because we have to dodge a couple 2% already, and we don't want to make it even worse.
Yeah, which is not worth it in the marathon setting where we don't really care about getting the best possible time. It loses us a few seconds, but it gives us safety.
Yeah.
And that's what we need in this run. After what happened on Thunder Plains, the Thunder Plains incident.
Of course, you find a way to squeeze an incident.
It is a Thunder Plains incident, though. The 3 ambushes back to back.
That was insane.
Into dying.
How do you reload and still? It's like, yeah, I think I should ambush you.
Yeah, the game just felt obligated to give me an ambush and then have Titus die too. Please? That might do it. Alright.
Really cool part. And I have a couple more items to grab in this dome area coming up. There's, in a chest, there's 2 friend spheres? Is it 2 or 1?
It is 1 friend
One
sphere.
oh my god, yeah, 1 friend sphere, which is just enough. Yeah, for now, because we would normally skip it in the 2 friend sphere route because we're already set on that, but we're gonna need it because we moved Lulu earlier at Mount Gagazet to set up for the perfect position to have Yuna appear in her grid and feast off of yet another broken set of nodes. So she's gonna get Bahamut even stronger. Baha Blat even stronger. Like that's pretty much like Lulu and Arn were XP sponges through the last part of the run. They're still important. They just are useless in battle. But it's not always about the battle.
Yeah, it's about how useful they are, like overall. You know what I mean? Alright, so we get the friend sphere, very important. We also get this nice drum song. Plays for a really long time, so I hope you guys like the song. We're gonna hear it for the next like 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes, like 5 minutes straight up.
And we're very prepared for this because it's going to be a long sequence of Tetris-looking puzzles that are very hard to memorize.
Yes, this is the only part of the run where every single runner I know just doesn't even like bother in trying to memorize it.
Yeah, it's just so easy to just follow along with the notes. We got a graphic to help us along. So yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit of sphere grid jank because after we fill in the fortune sphere, we need to get over to that sword, right? And we could get there with our 2 levels, but instead we're gonna fill in the node that we're gonna get anyway and return sphere. That's called a Seraph Warp after legendary runner, and we're gonna do that twice to save sphere levels, because since we got 4 return spheres, we're gonna have to travel like a bit more than normal in an ideal run, and we're gonna be short on levels. So we're gonna save 2 by making it so that Yuna doesn't have to travel 2 spaces, and we have no better use for those return spheres as is.
Yep. So this is the only part of the run where we're gonna use our notes. These notes right here are our lifeline. Like, no runner will. I mean, I know some runners who literally just have this printed out on a piece of paper and put on their wall because like you need it. Like it just, there's so many solutions. Like you could memorize it, sure, but like it doesn't save you any time memorizing.
Yeah, it doesn't take any, like, it saves you mental energy to just not.
Yeah, it's like it's just overall worse. I guess you have to use your phone or another way to look at it, I guess. But like at that point, you know, I don't know. Just, come on. Like I said, the song's will play for a really long time.
We've got 5 of these puzzles in total.
Yeah, we're actually making really good time too, by the way. No real big disasters except for that one death. And the run's getting pretty close to the end too.
Yeah, we're gonna cruise under this estimate, the way this is going.
Yeah, we're looking like 30 minutes below, honestly. Actually, not 30 minutes below, but like a decent amount below. Barring any major mistakes, which could happen. This game is very mean when it comes to that. Alright. Yeah, this whole section though. It's slightly longer than the Villa Trials, I think. Actually, I might be wrong. I don't know. What do you think is longer?
I think Bavel slightly ekes it out.
Really?
I think so.
This is pretty long.
It is pretty long, and both have like long, unskippable animations. But nah, you're on that auto scroller and watching it take you off.
I guess it feels longer because I'm actually moving and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of watching the elevator move.
Yeah, you're pretty much just like zoned out. You're just like look at the blue lights. Look at, like, I arrived here. I just hold X.
Look at the pretty lights. It's just like, okay, there's just nothing. I see Titus just stand there in his pose every single time. Alright. This is like a longer one. Actually, no, this is not a longer one.
Yeah, the pathing for this is for certain optimal. There's like 1 or 2 spots where you can just take like a risky line to save frames, but other than that, yeah, this is really set in stone.
Yeah, it's just the fastest way to do this section. This next one's the longest one, and this one, if you mess it up later on, it sucks.
Yeah, if you step on any of the incorrect nodes, the entire puzzle resets and you have to start from scratch, or you have to do some weird like hybrid pick up where you are and then go around in a circle again.
It's disgusting. Alright, so this one's extremely long. If someone were to tell me to do this from memory, I could probably do it, but like, man, I don't think I want to do that. And someone's like, no notes. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, in the casual playthrough, the secret is unlocking, like, seeing the patterns on the floor next to the tiles, and then you can sort of gauge what you're gonna get when you step on each tile, and then you can, you know, memorize it, and you don't have to keep looking every time. But I mean, it's just like,
if you're gonna see every time you run, might as well.
Yeah.
Just have it. Alright, we have one more left. This one's not that long. Bump ba da bum.
Yeah, we've been getting that top right blue one every time first, or last rather, because it's like right there. It's the best way because it's like very, very slightly out of the way from going straight down.
Yeah.
Like you might as well do it last, but we want to do it here first because we have to complete this whole puzzle before we have access to the sphere on the right, and that's the last key to solving the trial. Yeah, that was the risky line I was talking about. You like weave in between. It's like not even hard.
It's not even risky, but just like it's scary though. I'll be honest, it is kind of scary because like, what if I don't get that?
Yeah, what if I don't weave in between, thread the needle, and I just have to?
And then I gotta take the.
I gotta watch the animation of me being wrong, and then I gotta do it all over again.
You just feel bad. And then now we got music that doesn't finish, unfortunately. It's like, oh, the song's so nice, but it's not actually the whole song.
Filled it in all nice. We got another boss.
Okay,
This is
Spectral
Keepa.
Yeah.
His boss is a gimmick boss. You wanna not be in front of it. You wanna like spread out because it puts down these mines in three spots, and you wanna like switch spaces to avoid them. We don't use that. We don't even stand there.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah,
Bahamut just 2 shots anyways.
Yeah, and there's no way that this boss can kill you.
Yeah, it seems scary, but it's the damage rolls will allow it so we never die. And a crit for no reason. You love to see that.
God, dude. Can you
I've
get
gotten
a
so many
worthwhile
crits.
crit?
I've gotten so many crits that just don't matter. It's great. Alright, so now we have another boss. We get the boss roulette. This boss, I think, is a lot of people's like roadblock for the game. Like you get here and you're like, oh, 3 phases, 60,000 health each. Oh no.
Yeah, it's really rough, and each phase has its own like bag of tricks, and like eventually it just gets worse and worse. And then yeah, sort of similar to Seymour, she combos you too. She like inflicts zombie on your whole party and then does mega death, and like
Yeah,
it's
a lot.
so bad. You can't heal your party members when they're zombied and they're just like dead anyway. It's so bad, and
It's such a mean fight.
It's
just like
really
the game
rude.
did not want you to get past this fight without being so strong.
Yeah, you had to be like really strong, and like it doesn't really like Seymour kind of prepares you conceptually for this, but
You're
it's
like,
like it's
okay.
3 phases. It's like
No,
man,
no,
it's so strong.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go ahead and summon our boy, and he's gonna carry us to victory. Assuming, actually no, since you got the luck,
Yeah, we're not gonna miss.
you can't miss.
It's in my PB, which is the 3rd best time on this run. I missed here. It feels horrible. Like as long as you don't miss in the 3rd phase, nice crit for a reason. As long as you don't miss in the 3rd phase, this fight's fine. It's just the 3rd phase is where it sucks.
And world record holder now. World record holders before him have missed that 2%.
We have like the world record holder for this category. His name is Chris Scenarium. He is infamous for missing on this fight. It's like a 3% chance to miss this fight, but it's a 3% chance like over and over again. So it's more likely to happen. So yeah, if you ever watch him do this game in the past, he has missed this too many times. It sucks.
Absurd.
Yeah, and also we didn't talk about Bahamut's doing 9999 by the way, so you know it's just normal damage. Okay, so now this boss has 1 or 2 drops, either an armor or a weapon. We really want a weapon because that saves us a lot of time.
It saves us a grid.
Yes, it saves us 1 grid. Yes, it saves a decent amount. So we would like to see that. If not, I guess we'll just take it.
Okay.
I mean, we have to take it. So
My
here we go.
God, another 50-50.
That's it.
Another 50-50, and we won for once with
Shiranui.
Orin.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's really not the worst.
It's not Riku. That's all that matters. Riku's
Yeah,
is by far
Riku's is the worst.
It's really bad.
Orange is alright.
Yeah, Orange is weird because he can't have the weapon before the fight because he needs first strike. So we need to bring him in and do some stuff with that.
Alright. Yeah. Okay, getting the drop was nice, and yeah, it's always kind of cool because you have to think about like, oh, how am I gonna optimally do the fight where you would use the zombie weapon, and you know, it's like some zombie weapons are faster than others, like
Waka,
yeah,
Kimari,
Waka, Kimari,
Lulu.
Lulu are great.
Yeah.
Lulu's like animation's a little slow, but it's still better than Orange just because you don't have to switch weapons.
Also, I hope you guys like watching this exact run and walk and this whole entire ship, because you guys are gonna see it like 4 more times. I'm not even joking.
So we're heading back to Bevel. We're gonna talk to Maester Micah, which was
And he's gonna be like, "You did what?" He's like, "You what? You did what to Alaska?" And then he just pieces it out.
he's just out. Like, I don't want to hear anymore.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm out." Yeah, I think I'm out here because he's actually dead.
Yeah, he was dead the whole time.
He was dead the whole time. So.
And yeah, we're gonna have a good talk with Baja Blat's Faith, and he'll lead us to the path of victory, as you know he's been really good at so far. So he's not gonna fail this time.
Yeah, I'm basically just carrying the game for us. Right
Yeah,
now.
he's gonna tell us to defeat Yu Yevon, which is the little
like bug thingy.
like bug, like
Yeah, I call it
tick.
the flood from like Halo. It kind of looks like it to me.
I must thank.
He's hiding inside Sin, so we have to penetrate Sin's armor and reach inside there and just grab Yu Yevon,
Yevon, yeah.
Yu Yevon, and fish him out of there. Make sure he's not making any more sins.
Hey, guess what? We get to see the exact same running.
All right, we're going through corridors.
Yeah, that's another one. We've already seen this. Rin's just there chilling. He has like some busted stuff for sale, but he doesn't want to sell. Like he doesn't want to sell it to us without us paying for it. It's like kind of crazy because like the world's gonna end if we lose. So like he should probably give it to us for free.
Yeah, really, but
like he's like, if the world ends, it's whatever.
yeah, but the world ends. But what about my home? You gotta fund my home.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he's saying.
It's like I don't care about the planet.
Yeah. So these fights actually aren't scary at all. These are all 2 shots, but if we get a 1-shot with a crit, that'd be really helpful. It actually saves a lot of time because this animation for impulse that we've been using on Bahamut is pretty slow. Like his animation's really slow. It's like probably like what, 8-10 seconds.
Yeah, it's not that significant, but it's just nice. It's nicer to get than the crits that you've gotten recently.
Exactly. Guess what? I can get one.
This one right here.
If I get like if it's 80,000. No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
I read the 3 as an 8. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought it was. I thought it said. That's overkill because I crit, but yeah. All right, so these fights aren't that scary. All right, so we just get Bahamut out. Baja Blat. Hopefully we get a crit here. Save some time. Let's see it. So that's the last meaningful crit of the whole entire game. Everything else is gonna basically be just does not matter.
Aesthetic, like really.
Yeah, it's just cool.
And unfortunately, like Bahamut can fly, but he can't reach.
Yeah.
So
they don't have an animation of him flying over there and punching.
yeah, we have to use impulse, which is significantly slower. But I mean, if it's the only method, then
Yeah.
we just hope
so
for
right
a
here
crit.
is this enemy right in front of this core. It's called Sinspawn Janae. We actually don't have to fight Sinspawn Janae. It's just a protector. So we just bypass this fight right here. Just blow up the core. That's it. If you do kill Sinspawn Janae, though, it is the slowest animation in the game.
It really is bad.
I almost pressed A again, by the way. So you did that. Hey, and guess what the next section of the game we are doing? If you guessed running through the ship again, you guessed right. Because we need to go to the top of the ship and see Yuna.
Yeah, it's so like it's so weird and kind of it's like disorienting for a new runner because it's like, okay, I'm going through the ship the first time.
Which one am I on?
Yeah, which one am I on?
Like, actually,
like, am I supposed to go all the way up, all the way down, or like, am I in the right place to get back into the cockpit? Like, it's so weird. It's
So,
like samey.
Guess what? After we talk to Yuna, guess what we're doing next? Yeah, that's right. We're going back to the ship again. Everyone to the top again. Great.
Yeah, this time we're going up there to face the head of sin.
Yep. This is great.
Overdrive sin. It's similar to Bahamut in Via Purifico, how it's basically just a damage check. Like it's outpace the overdrive kind of fight.
Yep.
It's just
'Cause
constantly.
If not, then you just die.
Yeah, every turn it's charging its overdrive. If you're not fast enough, you die.
Alright, so Baja Black come back in. We want to see a 70k damage roll here because it allows 2 cycle. If we get 3 cycles, whatever, it doesn't even matter that much. Let's see it. Oh, that's
Barely not.
That's like okay. We get a good roll in this next
Yeah.
attack, then we're fine. But if it's in like a 3 cycle.
Since we get drawn to sin twice in a row for our move having low CTB, he's so close that we can punch him. And
Nice.
yeah, that was an insane
Really
roll,
high
so
roll, yeah.
he made it.
Nice.
2 hit. Pretty nice. So now we're in the home stretch. Guess what we're doing now?
We're not
going
yeah.
through the corridor for 4th or 5th, 6th time.
Yep. This is what people probably expected. No, we're actually in Sin now.
So this is the final area of the game in the any percent route. More encounters. The encounter rate is just as bad as Gagazet, and we just need to go in a certain like pathing because this place is a maze and it obscures the map. So you know, another one of those first time through, you have no idea where you're going. You're getting pelted with encounters. I mean, these dudes are pretty tough.
They're pretty strong. Yeah.
Especially like the 2 giants and the turtle has 1,000,000 HP, and especially in the next area inside Sin, there are even deadlier enemies that have worse status effects. It's just bad, and
It's very mean.
like if we tried to take them on without Bahablat, we would not really stand a chance unless we were cheesing with like overdrive.
Overdrives or like instant kills.
Like we can't stand up to them.
Stone Breath or something. I don't know. It's just gonna be like it'd just be really hard.
It would be like Yuna get in there, and if she dies, pray to God there's someone alive to revive her.
And the next section's even scarier.
Yeah, yeah.
The ones that are in the Sin. I mean Zarikan.
About halfway there.
Yeah.
And
this is a really long section of the run where we're running, but like once we get through this, it's not that bad.
this would be the point in the run where if we got a zombie weapon that wasn't orange, we would equip it right away. But
Yeah.
like we mentioned earlier, we can't get rid of first strike on him. It's too important, and so there's really nothing to do. It's just like hope your lines are good, hope your luck is good. Yeah, like this guy just like drops a Draco meteor on your whole squad.
It's like okay, I mean my party members still have 300 HP. You know what I mean?
If you kill him, he'll kill your whole squad. It's pretty
He's
bad.
bad.
Yeah, it's just Sonic Steel is so crazy.
Yeah. The fact that we have a flea just helps out so much.
Oh, that as well. Like really stuff you take for granted that saves so much time by just existing. And it like Flea is so imperative that they allow it in no sphere grid.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, technically you already use figure, but if you couldn't flee, then this would be like the worst run of all time. You'd probably die.
Yeah.
A lot.
I'll be right back.
Nice. That's gonna be our last encounter in this area unless we get unlucky. Probably. Yes.
Okay. You're gonna have Arn in just in case you missed the
Yeah.
status. Alright.
You know it.
Okay. Just like Anima, 1 in 101 chance this fight can go wrong since we have the Lux Spheres on Yuna. Bahamut cannot miss. So it's literally just that. Or I guess Titus can miss. So yeah,
Yes.
that's true. It's like 2% that he misses, the move entirely, 1 in 101 that the status misses, and I believe we got both, which at this point, like, I'm just happy about.
As long as I didn't miss, which happened in my PB, by the way. Just don't want to talk about that. If that happens, guess what you have to do? Close the game and reopen it. Because you can't do anything else. And the camera changed, that means
Yeah.
that's it. And I crit for no reason. Another one. Let's go.
Love it. Yeah, in a PB attempt, that's the only option.
Yeah, if you guys are curious how much damage we would do to Seymour without armor break, like 10,000 or 14,000.
It's
very
bad.
low.
It's like astronomical how
Also-
much it adds.
Also, no Battle of Seymour. It's really sad.
Yeah, the song being skipped is definitely one of the biggest downers for the CSR.
That's the worst part. Yeah. And now we got a nice few last walks before our last few encounters of the game.
I'd say it's made up for with going out of their way to include the next boss song.
Yes.
It's made up for sure. So
They,
yeah, there's
they had to make sure.
last stretch of random encounters. Once again, just not have Yuna in the party. It's a little annoying, and actually we can keep her out of the party because, like, since the final encounter is fixed with the party members, you don't have to worry about it at all.
Exactly.
It's just, it's really convenient that it's Titus and Yuna. Like, Titus makes sense. Yeah, Yuna does make sense, and Auron, yeah, it makes sense because he knew Jekt.
Yeah. They're all parts of the story.
Like it's just,
there's the two main characters, and then you got the person who's connected to.
Live and let live.
it's just like it's really nice that the people who ended up being so essential for the run and Auron are
And Auron
are picked for the.
It's sad because Auron's probably the most used party member in this game.
Yeah.
Because everyone uses him because he's cool.
Yeah, everyone, because he's raw.
Yeah, he's
because
very raw.
I mean, he starts out really strong,
Yeah,
and then like
he's-
falls off a bit.
And you're like, oh, well, everyone else better. Like Walk is broken.
yeah.
I'll be right
Waga starts out really weak and then becomes insane.
He becomes insane, yeah. Alright, so that's the last random encounter. We had the worst part of the game. I gotta actually focus up here because it is a very important section.
Yeah, this is where every runner locks in. So you're in the battle with the camera. We're gonna be primarily walking into the camera to have the arena be less obscured. We're collecting 10 of these eggs or these cells or whatever they are. The crystals that fall from the sky. You can sort of see them coming because they have these little wisps that appear before them, and yeah, we're not gonna go for that one because who knows how long it's been on screen. Okay, we're gonna go for the safe one. Yeah, we need 10 of these, and yeah, you can't see anything unless you're walking towards the screen. So like every runner wants to be sort of running towards the camera, and those icicles, if you touch them, the stalagmites, that's unfortunate, they will start an encounter. So the encounters here are not random. Like they appear randomly, which is why you have to be really careful where you're stepping, and you could lose so much time if you're like getting unlucky with the spawns, and you're getting unlucky because, oh man, you're not pacing yourself and running towards the camera too fast, or you just like run into an icicle. The worst, absolute worst thing is for the crystal to appear, and then you run up to it, and a stalagmite is coming up from under it and just like destroys you. There's no way you can escape. It's so trash. So yeah,
Just getting encounter in general. This is pretty bad when you get encounter.
like that. Oh my god, the last possible moment, dude.
Live and let live.
Oh my.
That is so funny.
Half a second later.
That's a perfect. And it was the ghost too. That's the enemy that drops the no encounter armor. I should have killed it just to see what I was gonna get. That was so funny. I can't believe it.
And here we go. And this is it right here. We're gonna do our final grid. Braska's final Aeon. We can omit Titus's portion because we have Zombie Strike. And yeah, Auron, because of the route, has equipped. Are you gonna skip those speeds?
You don't need to speed here.
All right, gotcha. And what's it called? Yeah, we're gonna be grabbing the ability Spare Change, which I alluded to earlier that there's gonna be a money check at the very end of the run, and we always hit it, but it's pretty funny the use for that. So yeah.
That is it, yeah. That is it, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Oh yeah, with the optimization from Kimari's +4.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, so yeah, we hit. It's really, really important to hit that speed threshold because if not, you're relying on luck, and that's no good because this fight is like the banger.
Yeah.
It's consistent. We're gonna mix right off the bat. Chaos Grenade, Grenade HP Sphere. It's gonna inflict so many status effects on this dude, including Armor Break. Gonna disable the pagodas, so they're not gonna get their turn once Phase 2 starts. Gonna talk to him to delay his turn by 1 full cycle. Get our Baja Flat in and let it roll.
Let's go. Now we just auto attack. Worth it to hear a song, I'll be honest. And see the damage here? Guess what we're doing, guys? Almost max damage possible. And I know this boss fight stopped so many people from finishing the game.
Yeah, including me. My first
So
playthrough,
hard.
I got walled here for hours.
You're like, what did I do?
It made me love the game. I can't believe how hard this dude was.
Yeah, that's kind of what final bosses like were kind of like back then.
Yeah.
Like you kind of played up until this. All right, so the last thing is this boss has a 1 in 3 chance of doing a move that will save us a lot of time. And we're just gonna have after this attack. We want to see Eject Beam.
And will we see it? That's up to Ject. And
No,
of course not.
it's unfortunate. We get to see this. It delays us a little bit. It's fine. You're gonna see this animation.
I wonder if he also has a 1 in 101 chance to not delay us.
That'd be crazy.
I have to ask about that.
Yeah, maybe. All right, and then one more smack will end this fight. And that's the end of it. All right, so now we have the final part of the game. We got, so those Aeons, they helped us out a lot, and I think they need some recognition here because they were truly the MVPs of this run. Helped us out a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
They deserve a paycheck.
yeah, giving them the paycheck for what they worked, very very important. Without Veilfor, we wouldn't be able to win this game.
Yeah, really. Yeah, early game would have been so stupid without
Yeah.
Velfor.
We need this overdrives, we need everything, so I think Veilfor deserves some money. The question is how much money?
$20,000.
$20,000? I mean, that's a good paycheck for a few months.
That's like a full. That's like a full deal right there.
Yeah, look at this. Just like that. So if you're curious why we're throwing money at Aeons, it's literally just because these Aeons have really high evasion. And we can't really use summon Aeons, which, first of all, it's slow. And second of all, we can't really use Aeons against, we can't use Bahamut versus Bahamut.
Yeah.
So, best thing to do is just to use Spirit Change because that has really high accuracy.
Yeah, it
it's
never
100%
misses.
actually.
Yeah,
It's
it never
guaranteed.
misses.
It's guaranteed.
So, yeah, each of these guys have different health pools, and it's entirely based on Yuna's health pool, and it's all predictable. So we can just give him the same amount of money every time. 30K for this lad, even though he
did nothing.
He's getting paid for his past deeds.
He's that guy in your group project that did nothing but still gets credit. So take this. You did nothing, but you look cool, I guess. The way he falls is hilarious. It's great. We got some more people. We got who's that? Is it Ixion? It's Ixion, yeah. Actually, a party member that did something.
Oh yeah. Can kill Bahamut, which not a lot of people can say they've done.
Yeah, even though it was A fraud. Isaru tried his best, dude. He was not it. He couldn't handle the power Bahamut.
His strat was pretty bad.
Yeah. Alright, so
This
30,000
one
here.
also deserves $30,000.
I think it's so funny. It's funny because like you can't even die in this section because we have auto life, but like it's slow. The animation for the reviving is really slow.
Oh yeah. And if you didn't bring a zombie weapon this far, you're gonna see the revive animation way too many times to count. I'm telling you right now.
So Shiva could be used over Ixion. The problem is that Shiva's animations are slower, so we prefer to use Ixion.
Yeah.
But Shiva looks cool.
She was really cool.
Alright, Shiva, you know, she really didn't do much, so we're gonna give her 20,000.
Alright.
Yeah, I think 20,000 is more accurate.
Didn't earn much this time. Like, our money's not tight, but it's also
This is no point to.
like we just want to throw as much money at Bahamut as possible.
Bahamut deserves everything. Bahamut carried this whole entire run. He deserves to get all that money. Baja Black. Let's go. Let's just throw everything possible. We have so much money. So Baja Black only has like 2,900 HP. We're gonna just throw everything. So it's gonna be like 4,700 in. Just because we feel like it. It won't be an overkill though. It's close to overkill. Alright.
It's the least we can do.
Alright. So we're getting really close to the end. It's gonna finish Bahamut, and then we have the final boss. The true final boss. Which no one remembers.
Yeah, really.
It's just, yeah, who cares? Alright. So now we have our zombie strike, and time is coming up relatively soon. So get ready for that.
So we're gonna go ahead and we want weapon swap on Auron. So we need to get his turn as quickly as possible, and his follow-up turn as quickly as possible. And once we do that, the fight is pretty much sold.
Yep,
And drop that, and he's gonna get his turn before the boss, which is perfect. Shiranui, gonna land that, and
See what we got here? Okay, we did not get the 1 in 101.
love to see that. And one more.
All right, so time's coming up really soon.
Camera transition. That's when time is, and time.
That's it. Oh my god.
All right.
That was the most Final Fantasy X run I have done, like, in my life. I'll be honest. Like, I'm not even joking when I say that. That run had everything you expected from a 10 run. So if that was interesting to you guys, hope you enjoyed it. So
Yeah, man, this run is so great. Like, it's so easy to pick up too. There's so many
Yeah.
people willing to teach you this run. Like, it's insane how supportive the community is and how much
Yes.
work they've done
Exactly.
to make guides and answer questions and all that. Like, if you're looking to get into JRPG, this is where to go. If you're looking to get into a long run for the first time, this is where to go.
Yes.
And like, just starting out with Final Fantasy, absolutely, like, it's a really friendly run to pick up, and there's a really high ceiling as well, like, if you're willing to pursue that.
Yeah, no, this run, so I have a few shout-outs. So, first of all, like you said, the Final Fantasy X community, like, this run, it is so, like, the guide in this game is so perfect because it's a turn-based RPG, so, like, no matter what happens, there will always be a solution, right? And something I love about it, the people are so nice. The community is willing to help, like you said. So if you ever are curious, learn this run. I learned this run like about a year ago from this guy, and it was like, it changed my life. I never thought I could do a really long run like this, but this is like 3.5 hours max, maybe 4 hours when you're starting out. You know, feel free to do it, and yeah. So I appreciate you guys all watching. Shout out to all the friends watching, everyone who's watching from the community and everything. So I hope you guys liked it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, and thank you, Pace, for having us on here.
Yeah, it was a really fun time. So thank you so much.